Trying to get the skin of your dream for a long time but can't get it in any way? On our website you have a unique opportunity to get your favorite knife. Users on our site can hand out skins themselves, and participants need to fulfill some simple conditions. For example, watch a video or buy a case on our website. After that, you automatically become a member of the distribution. Go to the user giveaways tab and do what you like. Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skin Place. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin Place.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to the CCT. How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? My name is Acho here on the mic alongside Jesse. We're going to be taking a look on down to the second best of 3 of the day, which is going to be between the ex-roster of Preasy, which is already insane, and of course, Nexus, the boys that I have to be here for them, right, Jesse? I mean, come on, I gotta represent, but you are going to be here as well with me. How's it going? How are you feeling for this best of 3?
Yeah, it's gonna be excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I gotta say, ooh, the rosters are loading up. Of course, that isn't necessarily working, but I mean, I would be on you for that one. I feel like Nexus has a very good chance in this matchup, and I might be a little bit. Some people might call me crazy, but the team of ex-Preasy is a bunch of good players put together, and there's no hate in that regard because they're all very good individuals. But see it working out, I'm not too sure. You got Annelela being refreshed all of a sudden. I'm not too sure who will be playing, if that's Annelela or Refresh that's going to be playing. But you got Nico, Christu. I think Annelela is playing, so Refresh and the picture not too right. But you have Nico, Christu, TMB, and Borup. So it's all players pulled together. It's various lineups. You see Borup from a different tier of Astralis. You see Christu with a different shirt of Astralis. It's all put together, and we'll see how that's going to be. They don't like Mirage in their arsenal because the map of Nexus, or Nexus rather, has played that one very often. Ancient and Anubis will be played with as a decider nuke. So we're going to have some of the good maps coming in. I would like to see those coming out all day long. But let's see what it will be. I mean, Nexus is going to be the prepared team, so I would say they're pretty much ready on Anubis as well, whereas Preasy, or ex-Preasy rather, has a lot to prove in my eyes still.
Yeah, Anubis is the only map that ex-Preasy have really played on down, and I'm so thankful for my boys on over here at Nexus for batting away Inferno, and then, well, first batting away Overpass, and then batting away Inferno. You know, right, it is that sort of playstyle which I'm enjoying not seeing Inferno in the map pool anymore, and I don't think we're going to be seeing for long, but coming on down to it, right, the ban away to Inferno, to going away to Nuke as a decider again, it's all maps that Nexus has over Preasy right now, because Preasy, let's truth be told right now, right, they are good players individually, but as a unit, as a team, I don't think they have their structure ready and available just yet. I don't think they're really a team yet. They're just more of a pug-style Danish team joining up together and trying to make something happen. And they fought 3 best-of-3s before on HLTV, and they've lost every single one against Parmida, against Zero Tenacity, and against Sangyal. And over all of these 3 teams, I still think Nexus is above those. So it's going to be a tough best-of-3 here for Preasy.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I feel like Nexus, they've had their up build. We're gonna see how the game will be, of course, as we're moving into that one, being the Ancient coming first off. I mean, I feel like Nexus, they've had their ups, they've also had their downs, which were in this tournament again, because, I mean, you make good results, you get second in ESGA Advanced, you do a good game in the Thunderpick qualifier, you get close in the Yalla Compass competition where you're still going to be able to make the playoffs, and now you're inside of the O2 bracket of CCTs. Things just don't seem to add up too much, but the good start for Nexus is definitely here on this map with the first 2 kills instantly found, refreshed by the fragment back. It was refreshed playing, not Analela coming through. And so you see Nexus getting themselves some lovely kills here on the T side, getting the bomb down on A. Nico having to go for a little bit of a trade back here. He's been seen by BTN, one of the longest players ever standing inside of a roster, because that's what we saw. I saw, like, I don't know who it was.
It's Rain and then
Rain.
BTN.
Yeah, Rain and then BTN. Yeah, it's crazy how long they've been in the inside of their organizations.
Yeah, longest stunt ever out here for the Romanian squad. We love Papa BTN out here, Grandpa BTN coming in here and showing us how to play the game. But we do have the roster of Nexus, because we didn't really get to talk about that one. It's BTN, Zello, Sound, Ursin, and Raga coming up into the fight here for the Romanian squad. Well, for Preasy, on the other hand, they've already lost away the pistol, really aggressive coming out of Nexus, and they did manage to get in through middle and shut them down onto Red Room as well. So going on over to this B side, buying up everything is going to be great for Nexus. Depends on how things are going to be moving away from round number 3 onwards. I don't think there's going to be much to be seen out here for Preasy onto round number 2 on only pistols, but now seeing refresh in the server makes me wonder who's actually IGLing for this squad. Do you have any idea here, Jesse? Because
it could be TMB, I think.
it could be TMB, but it could be Nico as well, right?
I'm not
From
too
what I
sure.
remember from OO Nation.
No, I think I'm not too sure actually. I think Zero Nation had a different idea. I cannot remember that line that much. It's not fresh on my mind, but I mean, we'll definitely get to see who's playing out. And with that confusion already, that kind of strikes a point, right? So what we expect from this team to come out. It's lots of disorganized play, a lot of trying rather than having some structure built around, which makes total sense to be that X team. And that's why Nexus is going to have a very good chance at taking it.
They will indeed. Now, moving on into round number 3 already, we will be having ourselves a couple of things to look forward to, right? Full buy round coming out here for the CT side. It's a CT side map on Ancient. It's Nexus's map pick. And for Nexus particularly, Ancient is one of the meta maps. Sure, it's one of their best maps actually in the whole map veto right now. 53% win rate over 15 maps played. It's even their most played map here. So Preasy, they don't really look to try to take down a lot of these, a lot of these rounds. They don't even try to take a look on down towards the whole of Ancient. I don't think here they have high expectations trying to take it away from Nexus, but they will be still attempting it, right? They've got the experience. These individuals have played for tier 1 organizations before. They know how to be cool, they know how to be chill, they know how to hold it together as a team. But do they know how to hold it together in this team?
Yeah.
That's the idea behind all of this.
And I just googled it real quickly. It was Bird from the Sky playing as an IGL for the side from Zero Nation, which made total sense. TMB, of course, IGL, an entry fragger of the team of Preasy he was. So that cleared out of the way. We know who's the IGL, we know who's calling, and the caller is doing some great damage together with Nico, lining up for that double. And that is how you're starting things off pretty well.
Yeah, pretty decent start here. 3v5. Make it a 3v4 though. Sound great on the AK as per usual. Looking in for the second. Gets the second headshot as well. Will be traded back though. Only man left remaining is going to be Sound. And he will be falling down there in through middle as Nexus lose out up against the full buy of the CTs out here for Preasy. It is going to be, well, them trying to go down towards middle, only Sound being able to find anything, and then being picked off one by one here in the different duels that they were taking. So overall, it was a nice attempt being made here by Nexus, but they didn't come back as a unit quick enough, right? They didn't recollect and they needed to regroup fast enough, so they did get taken down bit by bit. Now, into round number 4, Force Buy coming out here for Nexus with Zello on the Scout. So we'll see how this one pays off because they are heading on over to the B side. And that's not going to be quite as easy to try to find something with that scout in. But surely something might go down here. TMB, 1-for-1 trade. Nico, ready and available. Sound is going to go down.
Yeah, good 4 versus 4. They're trying to go A now as well as a 2-man. With Xello having the op pretty much, or the scout rather, pretty much ready for the grab. I think Sound has also had a lot of improvements himself as a player. I really felt like he wasn't going to be the guy to step up that much. He was really inconsistent in some of the occasions. And the HUD now being gone, we'll see how we're gonna have that fixed. We're gonna go back to potentially us here, as the HUD will be brought back, or at least this one, where we're going to see the matchup. Yeah, we should be back quickly enough, but talking about Sound, of course, he's really found his footing in the team. I think that he was a little bit inconsistent at the start. Things have started to wrap up, but then this tournament comes around, and Sound is not good enough to carry his team over the line, necessarily. It's been a little rough here in the online stages again.
You'd be surprised, right? Sound can definitely make a decent dent when it matters most, and usually he is the top fragger when it comes down to rifling only, right? We're taking a look at Zello being asked to do most of the work here, but Ersin is also a very nice addition that not a lot of people get to talk about, and the moment we talk about him, he comes out like a genie from a lamp, right? He manages to find that frag. 15 seconds left, though, to try to plant away the bomb. It's going to be a 2v2 here. Zello on the A1S picks up the scout yet again. What are you doing with that, Zello? Running out of bullets, apparently, but still doesn't matter. 7 seconds. Ersin running away, and the Nightwish will be saved away into the next round, although Refresh might have something to say about that. Checks into middle, nothing there just yet. Refresh on the nade, and okay, won't be able to find Ersin just yet. Here comes the peek, and he doesn't go down. So a good AK saved away here. But yeah, I was saying that Sound is usually that top fragger out here for Nexus as of later days, as of newer days actually. But Ersin is also coming up to be quite a really good FPLC player that joined up Nexus, because he was usually the stand-in coming out here for Nexus. Whenever they needed someone, Ersin was here to basically like, okay, I'm ready, I'm able to join up, and this is how he joined up his first organization here on HLTV ever as well. So now managed to find consistent kills and consistent standings out here with Nexus is a great look for Ersin, but he will be going down as Christo is going to be pushing him out here onto middle. And ex-Preasy already from 2-2. They should be going on over to 3-2, as only Raga is there on that AK.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough at the moment for Nexus. I expected it to go a lot more freeing. Yet at the moment, ex-Preasy have set their foot on the ground and been able to keep hold of the side of Nexus a little. Lot of control early, always for Nico, with taking all this B space. No one rotating over yet. You would expect Borup to go and help, with Crease 2 still being there on the B side. With now the execute rolling by, it's just only Refresh still there. TMB comes out, but probably too late to hold on to this side, leaving Refresh in an awkward spot. And if he falls, the round becomes a possibility all of a sudden for Nexus to pick up. But if Refresh does some work, it might be ex-Preasy just slipping through. There goes Refresh down. TMB has arrived. He's ready. They might not allow the bomb to go down. Chris Dewar, Team B rather on the side, finding himself a fight against Zello. He's coming out victorious out of that one. The spray through the smoke will connect. It's all down to Raga now in a 1 versus 3. And shouldn't have any chance to do so. It's great trades all of a sudden coming out for ex-Preasy. And a decent hold, if I may say so.
Yeah, a decent hold indeed. Preasy in through that smoke. Christo managed to find 2 through it. Is going to be absolutely detrimental for Preasy to actually hold on to the site. Now, Raga has had moments where he was able to find those clutches. Definitely not right now, though. Right now, it's still early on in the game. In the Ancient, they found 2 rounds off the bat here after that pistol. But now, Preasy come back with 3 of their own. And it should be 4 as well. Another eco coming out here for Nexus as everybody's trying to hold down to 2k on the cash. It is going to be the mid push, or apparently, yet again, coming out of Preasy. So they're very aggressive when it comes down to their CT side. For now, Preasy, this isn't the playstyle I was expecting to see out of them. But because of that, they do lose out 1 gun, and Christo is about to be the next one up. But now he finds a triple. Christo traded. And 3 HP only on Nico as well. Not too healthy, but look at the lurk around coming in from Refresh. Should be able to find the last 2 here. Oh, does he know something we don't?
Nope.
Zella last man standing 1v3. No, not for now.
No, he didn't see it. He didn't read it out. Xello, with no armor and a dream that is trying to work his way out, will not have it. Good start that was found with the Tech 9, but then the stabilization here from Chris 2 coming out, a great spray down that he found. Got ex-Preasy the chance to pick it up, and now we're gonna have to see Nexus pull something out of the hat. This is gonna be the round you're mainly looking at for them to pick up, but at the moment, ex-Preasy hasn't looked too bad just yet. They've really been able to find themselves some rounds, and Nico, I'm mostly looking at him. He's found so much intel over towards B ramp. Lots of cave aggression. You would like to see a smoke maybe there for Nexus coming through, for just to kind of nerf Nico's position at the moment.
Yeah, well, for now, it's going to be up to BTN's calls to see what they're going to be employing out here in towards the T side of this Ancient. Because we're seeing that Preasy are really handing out a lot of people towards the middle part of the map. They're not having a lot of control over the extremities. Maximum 2 people over at a side at a time. So here on this Ancient, we're going to be jumping to round number 7. Max that loss bonus for Nexus. So we're going to be seeing Force Buy after Force Buy starting to be brought on out. And they just need that breakaway. They just need, exactly like Concilio did before up against Mouse in the first best of 3 of the day, they just need to stop the momentum from Preasy and they'll have a chance back into the game. Until then though, Preasy should be good for rounds back to back to back. And I was talking about middle control. This is it, right? 3 people heading on over to middle. Raga doesn't even expect it. But he is still going to be jumping in through the smoke and finding Refresh up first. Raga, very nice start. Smokes away onto Ninja, tries to push up in towards Little Cubby there. The nade on down to middle though. He pushes up into the boxes just fast enough as to not be spotted. So still a 4v5 and they're heading on over to the B side.
Chris 2, oh, the op out, cannot find the first. He needs to get kills and he will. Stable upper as he is, gonna help with a flash. BTN fall in, and what a hold's coming through from ex-Preasy here. The flashes, the plays are all good. As you're still looking at Raga to come from the cave side, trying to swing, taken away. Borup will help, and the experience is thriving for ex-Preasy. They don't have a lot of team play built up, but the small pieces that they do is enough to break Nexus buys. And this is a rough situation where we're already talking about Nexus kind of having this map under their belt. But now even they themselves are going to start to be a little confused as to how ex-Preasy is responding to what they're doing.
Yeah, so far there have been some great retakes coming out here from Preasy, and if you keep seeing these, going on over to Anubis is not going to be that fun for Nexus. But it's only 5-2 at the beginning here of this first half. So we're going to be seeing the eco run on out here from Nexus. Nico has to deny. Can he do it? He's being overrun out here in 1 HP and he's fallen. Oh, BTN checks into Borup as well, shuts him down, and now they pick up rifles. They've got something to work with. The IGL trying to peek on out. It's a great flash on the TMB, but they don't execute on it, and instead TMB is going to be able to find one, and Raga being used up as a decoy, using himself up as a decoy, BTN manages to trade. So into a great round like this one, the eco works on out. They get to the B-bomb site, and now it's all up to Christo and Refresh to try to retake into the second letter of the alphabet. But I don't think Christo really wants to do that. He's going to be losing the AWP, and Sound is already finding headshots with the hand cannon. So well played coming out of Nexus into the eco to be able to shut Preasy down and to pick up rifles as well.
Oh boy. Nexus take the round, and it's the bomb that has in fact been planted. Chris 2 trying to save the op. Maybe BTM will walk right in towards the angle as a small gap was shown. He's not gonna get it done this time around as he's moving the other way, but ex-Preasy has been successful on some of the rounds right now. Nexus has been able to find it themselves. As you said, a great PX sector come in. And a little bit of an adaptation to it. Able to avoid the AWP, able to avoid the weapons from Preasy. They were able to pepper through the players on the ramp side most of the time. That change, it could be good for more here for the team of Nexus.
Could be. But at the same time, it will be a forced on buy coming in from Preasy, trying to hold it together, trying to keep it together. And Borup and Refresh, do they have weapons on the ground? Yes, they do. Okay, MP9 and A1 has to be picked on up. Would have been really bad if they were playing with USPs in this round. But Preasy still keep it together, going through middle. TMB will be taking a lot of damage, 12 HP only, as Nexus are trying to take mid control again. The Prio going to be going quite tough actually here, as a smoked off red room going in towards Donut. BTN and Raga, they're going to do this one together, and it is going to be TMB on low HP to fall. As BTN picks up the first, falls down to 27. They've got both sides to take a look at, and Cristo shuts down one. Out here on middle to look for even more as he repositions down on towards red room. B is going to be the call made by BTN.
Yeah. And the rotations are called. You got an op now waiting, and Borup with the M4. Dangerous for Nexus to go in towards this B side, you would say. While Refresh is taking control over A, Christo's going to go fishing towards Cave, and he can't find one. He's going to do so. As BTN dropping. Smoke will be naded open. The bomb will be dropped. Nexus have no chance to get back in. With a 2 versus 4, we're going to see what Zello can bring. A little bit of lack of eyesight, and he's finding a second. Wow. We wouldn't say so indeed, as Nexus can easily run their way in towards that side.
Told you, when you've got Zello on the op, he can pull off miracles back to back. He finds those 2 quick shots, and then Sound comes in from Cave, shuts down the CT-sided player. With the back turned away, though, Zello should be a dead man walking here, but Refresh keeps on the trigger discipline, looks in for a rifle. It's going to be Sound to try to peek on in, and Zello checks the angle for Cave. It's going to be the peek. Let's see, Refresh finding one, and Sound trading it back. So Nexus win the round, but a very nice attempt from Refresh as well. Had the trigger discipline, didn't really know where Sound was. If you had an AK, perhaps the round could have gone differently, but there you have it. Nexus put up another round on the board here, and they're getting closer to equalize off the back of this great call on the B side, and off the back of Zello, really, to be able to find the 2v4 alongside Sound to win out this round.
Yeah, the B call was all of a sudden great, as Zello just was peppering. Second kill that he had to find there on the back of the side. Yeah, this was a great flick. It all works out for the team of Nexus. And now for ex-Preasy, that control they once had has fully been stripped away. The T side from Nexus is usually good. We're starting to see that working out for them. 5-5, it should be there again. Able to take it. We're still going to have to see how their CT side will be, but at least that prowess shown this time around.
Yeah. And we were mentioning before top players, right? We were talking about Sound, he's 11-5, but I don't think we've talked about enough about Cristo, right? 12-7. Right now, he's having a great game to start things off, and usually he is the top fragger, right? Especially when you weren't expecting to have Refresh in the lobby, and you were expected to have Anlele here on the AWP. It's a great thing that Cristo actually does manage to find himself on a couple of shots, on a couple of frags, and keep himself up there onto the kills, as he's gonna get this momentum keep going on and on and on. But onto a force buy, they have no one on towards the A side, smoked off of Donut. It's gonna be the push on down. Cristo tries to peek on in here through the smoke, and doesn't manage to find a single one. A Sound checks into him and shuts him down. The bomb should be going down any second. Planted on over there. Raga tries to push on in towards CT, and it is going to be the lurk around in here from Temple as well, which Zello is holding on.
Yep, Zello is watching, and he's going to have it right there and then. 6 should be found as Preasy is trying to save. ex-Preasy having the opportunity to take themselves a tied-up half, but after a very good beginning, still managing to lose it this far, or might be giving it out of the hand, or a 6-6 is a little bit troublesome for them. Definitely won't help them too much with the momentum, and Sound taking another one with him really helps with that. 13 kills. This man has been their true force. He's been getting Nexus over the line, or at least a little close to it. See, still gonna fall. Refresh most likely not doing so. Picks up the AK, so there'll be a little better weapon that ex-Preasy will get. Well, they're gonna have to find around some sort of a buy that they're picking together. It will not be too great to end the half on for sure.
Yeah, but still overall, Nexus are going to be happy with at least 6 rounds here onto the T side. If they pick up the 7th as well, it's just going to be absolute bliss on their own map pick, right? They're going into the CT side, and Preasy, as you mentioned, they'll have to hold on for dear life if they want to have a chance of winning out this map. So, moving on down towards another B execution, Refresh starts pushing in aggressively out here into Raga, and Raga checks it, but it doesn't matter. Refresh finds a great headshot to start things off here for round number 12. And it is going to be the last one of the half as well, so Zello checks in behind, and the push on down to B is going to be halted a little bit by Preasy. They're giving them space, they're trying to give them a false sense of security as Borup is going to go on down. How many players are there inside of Cave? It's going to be all of them taken down by Ersin. There you go, Ersin. Really well played, 2v4 remaining, Refresh and Christo. If it's someone that can find the clutches, it's these two guys, right? But this 2v4 ain't looking easy. Although at the same time, nobody checking in towards ramp, nobody checking out towards lane control. Everybody's focused on down towards ramp and CT. As there you go, BTN taken on down. Zello needs to find something quick here, and it is going to be one onto Christo, as there's not enough time to defuse. There you have the round on for Nexus, 7-5. As this is how things are going to be moving in towards the second half.
Yeah, they stabilized. It was 2-5 at some point. Nexus find 5 rounds in a row to secure the half in a win. I do say though, I know Nexus as a team that is constantly good on the T side, but have their flaws when it comes towards the CT side. So I'm not necessarily fully convinced yet that this is going to be Nexus fully coming back, because I have seen them struggle on the CT side mainly with the teams having the opportunity to overrun them, mainly looking at, for example, a Mirage. But we're going to see how things will be, as ex-Preasy definitely will not have the best of performance on the T side with all the strategies and everything coming out. So even for them, a little concerned from time to time, but it looks like they will be heading fast in towards that A side.
Yeah, the map geometry for Ancients as well really allows you to have some easy intakes and really hard retakes, right? Even though it's a very city-sided map, the closed-off temple doors really don't allow you to have a wide-open map here. So Ersin really has to hold off. He can be smoked away, but Ersin finds one through the full flash, takes down Nico. Now 4v4 in towards Donuts as well. Sal needs to find one here onto Christo, manages to get him. Now, the USP, oh, it's a P2000. No, it's a USP without a silencer. Raga, what are you doing? Raga, I hope for better from you, but still finds 2, and now the round goes over for Nexus. I'm not sure I'm quite happy about this round going their way. Honestly, seeing a USP without a silencer, Raga, you have lost a lot of respect that I had for you.
It was a P2K, so nothing to worry about.
Whew.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you for noticing, Jesse.
No,
I thought for a second.
No. It was a nice P2K, having 13 bullets in the clip. Here we do see that one in play. Haven't seen it too much, but it works out wonderfully for them. And we'll see number 8 for the side from Nexus. And this is how you start things off well. This is exactly what you were looking for if you are the team of Nexus. Having some struggles on the CT side from time to time. A map where sites are easy to take and easy to retake as well, giving them some chances.
There we go.
But they have to hold on to the sites, which they're not really doing so. 2 team kills coming out, getting help from the opponents here, Nexus, but they take it all day long.
I mean, honestly, it might be better to actually take out your own teammates in that scenario, because you don't give away kill bonuses to the enemy, right? You only take yourself out, basically, so it's not that bad. But we've barely started out the second half, and Sound is already up to 19 frags, right? He finds 2 here, manages to shut them down, and he could have found even more if, again, the teammates of Preasy didn't really backstab each other there. But overall, Nexus are looking quite great, being a little bit carried out here by Sound.
Yeah, they're happy. Happy as ever. And I was
Kind of thinking about Sound not really stepping up that much in this particular tournament. He really did so in the RMR and everything. Now in this game, working out wonderfully. You can see what it does to Nexus. They thrive of it. Yet they have to fight themselves back from a man down, with the advantage found in the favor of ex-Preasy. Working their way through. A flash from long. Sound still there. Raga taking control back over middle. With not too sure where Cello is heading. He's waiting for some execute to start wrapping around, and looks like it will be the B play coming through. Nevertheless, he still has a molly to potentially drop it on the side itself. Well, ex-Preasy is still curious about this smoke. Now chugging it down. Getting a nade on top of it to nuke it open. Well, they're looking for more. There's damage. And now the mollies can definitely do some damage. Now the sprays can come through. It's Zello having it dropped. The bomb will eventually go down. This is a very tough retake, nevertheless.
It is going to be very tough here. 3v4 flash over the top, trying to spray on down again. Post-plant situation now on the rocks. There is a defuse kit on the sound, but he's down to 21 HP. A single bullet will make the difference, and they're trying to run away. They're calling in for the save. Nexus, while they do have a little bit of cash in the bank, I'm surprised they're not attempting it, right? 11 HP onto Crystal, 36 onto Nico. They surely don't have the info that these players are already this low HP, but even so, you called it out at the very beginning of the retake. It was going to be a tough one. So they kind of weighed the odds as well. And they said, well, it's better off to just save away what we have and play for even more cash later down the line as the scoreline is going to be turned from a 5-9 to a 6-9.
Yep. ex-Preasy. This is their start. Let's see how many in a row they can get. As we are starting to get a little bit concerned as well on the Nexus camp, I have to say. They can buy up, they can drop over these weapons because they do save over those rifles, but losing this, you get 1.9 thousand. The T economy is starting to get control, and Preasy might be able to get themselves in a tied up spot, so things could start to wrap up if this round goes south for the team called Nexus, yet they seem like they're going to be able to hold, not for quite. Nico with 2 kills for himself, and he's gonna run his way through into window. This is what we know from Nexus. They're not the best in holding those one-tied angles together, but once they take it back and use their positional awareness to their advantage, they're able to take it back again. Early round, it's always rough. Borup up close, finding BTN in the smoke, and they've taken control over ramp. They have bottom of middle. TMB looks for Zello to turn away, and they're allowed to find themselves a man advantage all of a sudden. This round has turned on its head. ex-Preasy might have a bomb plant, but they might not have the round so easily.
Yeah, but this is Crystal we're talking about. It's not like it's going to be that easy to try to take him over. Checks in from CT, nobody there, so now he knows he has a clear angle, clear way of approach. Zello and Sound both have defuse kits and both have smoke, so they could be going in for it. Crystal needing to be checked away here. The tap needs to come on the bomb. The fake out needs to be there. Let's just see if anybody's actually going to stick it or not. Zello spotted. He's trying to stay alive, and he actually does stay alive, but not for long. But just enough to buy up time for Sound to take Crystal out and to win the round here. Nexus get themselves up to double digits, and they do manage to take away the advantage here up against ex-Preasy. And look at the amount of cash they've got left as well. Great round here for Nexus.
Yeah, Nexus, they are doing it. Working out wonderfully here on the round. Good kills to start things off from the team of ex-Preasy. But I always say that there's a possibility, but regrouping forces in middle is what works out for the team all in blue here. The defense getting things going, and the one thing I said that was required for ex-Preasy to do to get themselves back into the game wasn't found, and now they're on the brink of losing their own economy as well if they're not too careful. This round will have to be sort of a must-win here for the ex-Preasy side to keep themselves into it. Yet they do have an opportunity to take down Nexus economy too, and an entry for Christo will help with that.
It will indeed be side completely empty now on the retake. Christo finds a second. Ersin shut down to the ground, and Zello, BTN, Raga, I don't think they really want to go back for this one. They should be saving away onto this round. They've got some important weapons still in play. BTN trying his luck, but better off to call that off. It's going to be 10-7. Nexus find themselves in a little bit of a precarious spot, but Preasy still need to make the comeback happen, so it's not going to be that easy. Although I did want to mention, Jesse, the fact that Nexus here out in towards the CCT have lost against Paravision 2-1 and Illuminar 2-0. Whereas Preasy, they lost against Zero Tenacity 2-1 and Sangal 2-1 as well. So, I don't know, who do you think had the tougher opponents out here into this one?
I gotta say that Nexus most likely. I mean, they've been playing good all things considered, right? Making it to the RMR, so they have had the experience to play against better teams as well, so they know how to deal with this. But then previous is somewhat of a different beast, right? You play against very stable teams, you're ready for it. Now you're playing against a team that is kind of all over the place in ex-Preasy, so I feel like that's going to be even harder for Nexus. Also on a map like Anubis, where you're just not too sure. You're trying to move your way around. The T side will be fun, but then on the CT side, how are you going to be playing against a team that isn't really playing into your liking? I'm not too sure. We'll first have to see how Ancient is going to go. with the fact that they're gonna have a buy. Nexus, they were in a double eco situation. That's why they saved over the weapons. Get Raja on a FAMAS, why drop the M4 over to Sound to use it. Getting the insane player this time in this game on the weapon of choice. Well, they're gonna see how they're gonna be able to hold on. They don't fight for middle, which is where they've been losing a lot of fights. They play further away. With Raja now kind of giving away the mid side, giving Refresh an opportunity to go into Red Room without any concern. They've given over a lot of space, which ex-Preasy really likes, but the entries will be found by Nexus in BTN, getting himself a lovely opener here on the cave. Nico falling. You have a man advantage. You don't have control over middle, but you do have the extremities at bay.
For now, A side looking pretty deadly out here as Crystal wants to make his way up. Edison has to hold it down here with the MP9. Can he actually pull on through here? He's waiting for a flash to pop on by over the top. And coming in from Dona, it's also going to be a double man spray down. So Raga has to hold it in together. Borup is going to go down. So no more lurkers out here for Preasy. 3v5. But still, A-side control has not been overtaken just yet. Christo throwing away the Molotov, now getting ready for it. Ersin checks into Temple, and that's gonna be a no-scope!
Coming out of Christo, connecting on one shot, looking in for more. Zello comes right back around though, trades it out, and refreshes the last man standing. 30 seconds left to plant the bomb. You've got more than enough time. Spraying on down. Let's see if Zello stays alive. Yes, he does. Oh, for so long! Oh my goodness, Zello manages to play inside of the cubby there, inside of the wall. And everybody's down to low HP. Everybody from Nexus was about to fall, but it's still 11-7, and Nexus need 2 more rounds to finish this one off.
Yeah, well played. Really great retake. And of course, all the intel over the B ramp. It's rough. Borup loses that fight, because with that control will be found. The player on T-spawn can push. Players can rotate from B, from CT as well. And that's when Zello arrives at the party to take a few more candy with him. In the name of ex-Preasy, that being them to fall short. TMB runs into middle this time around. They've been able to find openers in middle many times, but this time a little too ambitious, I would have to say. Instantly dropping, or jumping rather, up on the jump up. Getting taken away quite easily. Zello holding the op towards the long side. And while he's ready for a little play, so is Nexus with the double stack towards close on the ramp. They're totally ready for what ex-Preasy has gotten for them.
Oh, they're pushing them actually.
To take some control, I was gonna say. But they are starting to fall away again. Nexus, they want to push this. BTN wants to go for this, but will he be ready for refresh? At least he has Sound on it still. And he's able to stabilize. Now you have full control over B ramp again, so you can start rotating around. Zello will hear nothing on short, although they're coming cave. Zello might not hear anything, but he's going to have to step up. He won't do so just yet. It's TMB. He's already fallen down, but his team to help him recover. Borup and Chris2 both lining up one each, getting Zello to drop. And the retake that is required. Ersin has arrived from CT. Borup getting close from long with Raja from cave. The setup for the retake is good. How long will it take for ex-Preasy to realize that Raja is a real threat from cave? Chris2 isn't really suspecting it, so he turns his back and gives Raja a chance to walk out. Chris2 isn't checking it still. Timing is key, and Borup gets exactly that to his demise. Finding Ersin probably as well. Although Borup is letting him cross, Chris2 won't. Swing it out through. Getting the headshot, and the round will go to ex-Preasy. They're allowed to stabilize. They're allowed to pick it up. Even though this round looks so promising for Nexus, it wasn't in the end.
Yeah, Christo getting over almost up to 20 frags, and TMB only on 4, right? There's a huge disparity out here between the Preasy members, and so it is for Nexus as well, right? I mean, they're trying to stay consistent, they're trying to find those frags, but besides Sound and occasionally Zello, people are struggling to make work out of this round, out of this game in particular, right? So if this is only Ancient to be starting us off, I wonder how things will be looking down on Anubis, where it's a much faster paced map, where it's a map where you really have to figure out your executes perfectly and your retakes if you actually want to play for retake. But here in this round, I'm not talking about it because surely ex-Preasy take it over, no problems whatsoever, right? It's a full USP round coming out of Nexus, and they're just going to try to hold it on. Yeah, this is a P2K, thank God. Okay, figured it out finally. Took a while, but there we go. Yeah. And 11-9, Preasy. They do have chances of trying to make this one back, to try to bring it back.
Yeah, sure that. And if you find yourself some T-side economy, you're at least going to be able to play for overtime if that is required. So for Nexus, their answer should come. Their task is clear. You take 2, you win yourself the game. Yet, we're gonna have to see how they're able to take it. I feel like the side from ex-Preasy is gonna take middle pretty easily, usually with just one person, as Nexus isn't really fighting for it. Maybe I would suggest them to do so and take control over jump up, try to fight for the B ramp in that regard, but because playing on the B side with 3 the way they have, right, Sound, BTN and Zello, they've still been overrun before by the ex-Preasy side. Even though their setups looked so promising, I'm a little bit concerned as to what is required from this team to find it. At least it is to hold on to A, and that will be Ursin's attempt this time around with the Molly Throne on Temple. No swing will be found for Christu. And so, just waiting on the A side, peer pressured in that regard, and as I said, taking cave, taking jump up control is what Nexus has gone for to try and find some fights alternatively into the ramp. And that's where BTN comes into play. He's going to walk down, try to clear bucket, yet he's not going to kill Borup in that regard. He's trying to find an equalizer in Sound. As down to 44, he's still standing.
Not for long. There we go. Sound taken on down here immediately off double doors. Zello has to hold a B side by himself, but there's not really anybody there on B. It's only a fake out as they are rotating back away towards B. It is going to be pushing from Preasy towards the A side. Ersin runs away from the position, thinks it's clear, thinks it's safe, thinks it's still going to be going on over to the second letter of the alphabet, whereas instead we're seeing ourselves a bomb plant happen on A. And Nexus most likely saving the way on this round because they don't have cash for the next one, and it doesn't look like they really have an avenue of getting back into the bomb. So 11-10, Preasy take down 3 in a row here, and I think they do also force out the maxed out loss bonus onto Nexus. So we're gonna start seeing some desperation calls being made out here by BTN and co.
Yeah, they will have at least a buy coming next, and we're starting to see some worries on their faces. 3 players surviving means that you can drop all the weapons over. They will get the loss bonus. They can drop the M4, so Nexus won't have to worry about that next round, but they're going to have to worry soon, as ex-Preasy starting to close in the gap that is required. Again, this round, initially I don't think it's a bad plan. I think what they're trying to do is going for that ramp peak is pretty much secured, but no flash, no help in that regard. It's BTN going out dry, and then a molly as a response that is used well to force Sound out in the open, making him fall, and then your control that you were initially going for is non-existent. The control you had over the ramp will fall completely flat, and it is causing for nothing to come out of the side of Nexus in that round. It's all ex-Preasy, and they're not even going to go for a buy here. I thought their loss bonus was maxed out, like you said, Ethro, but apparently not. So they're going to have 2 people on pistols in this round. That's going to allow ex-Preasy to have an easier going into round 23. Although, Raja could have done spanner in the works. The spanner in the works, that was his ID. But with him falling, instantly becomes a tough task. Ursin will drop as well. And it all works out for ex-Preasy. Triple to start things off with. No response from Nexus. Zello tries to take it back with the AWP. Looking in for a second. He will get it as well. That's Nico saying goodbye to him. But we're saying goodbye to Nexus as Refresh is taking that kill and running it through in towards the A site. With ex-Preasy possibly going towards 11. Not seeing him in red room, Zello. A little bit rough to not see TMB there in the red room, but it wouldn't have gotten it into any better position. He's going to save this AK, and that's one clear thing we're going to see. Let's hope he's going to be able to save it though, because it would be a weapon that could be used in the hands of Ursin as well. He could be going in for the AWP, but AK is also a work weapon. Yeah, he's going to have the AWP, but he might not be alive now. He will.
Yeah, he will.
Trying to save it.
We're talking about, right? I mean, he's going in onto this AWP. He's making miracles off of it. The only one really finding impact onto this weapon so far. But into these rounds, he needs more than just 1 or 2 on the impact. His whole team was dead by the time he was able to find any of these frags. So he might be going on down here. Zello is going to be running away without an AWP into the next round. And they could force one out. If they really wanted to, they could force it out. And that's exactly what Zello does. Glass cannon coming out here for the Romanian Opper. And it's 11-11. Good timing here for Nexus to call out a tackle pause. Because this is going to be the round that decides the fate of the game. Who gets the 12 first? Who secures map point first? This round was TMB opening up middle by himself here. But it was an eco at the same time, right?
Yeah. Do you go back to leaving middle as Nexus? I'm a little bit concerned. I'm not too sure what they could do. Usually I have some sort of a read on how Nexus could potentially approach this, but they're losing fights very early on middle. They're there with 2. No trades were there, so maybe playing a little bit more together in Raga and Ursin could be working. But even if ex-Preasy goes towards B and Nexus is ready with 3, ex-Preasy is still able to sometimes just take him away. So for now, I think Nexus is just fighting an uphill battle that they might not be able to recover from. Because Preasy is absolutely battling their way through. They're looking very hot in their aim.
Oh, again.
They're going together in middle. That is what Ursin and Raga are trying to do. They're trying to stick more together. Ooh. But Ursin goes alone, overstepping, but not for too far. Now Raga oversteps, so does BTN, but he's still allowed to stabilize. Trying to step up as the IGL. But everyone from Nexus taking 1-for-1 fights. And you can see that ex-Preasy is much better in those.
Yeah, but right now, Sound is still left alive. Zello as well. The 2 best players coming out here for Nexus, trying to fight up against Borup, Nico, and Refresh. Borup down to 4 HP only. We don't have a nade onto the Nexus side, but we do have a lot of util coming out of Preasy. So they could try to either fake out B here onto the side of Nico and to force out a rotate coming in from Zello, leaving the A side completely empty. Or we could be seeing Preasy trying to go in together for a full-on execution of either of these 2 extremities. Now, again, they're taking mid prio. You did mention this before. Nexus struggling to take control over mid. And Zello going into this one aggressive. Has he heard anything on Refresh? I think he might have. Going in to try to take him down. Peeks on in. It's going to be up to Sound to try to deny. Oh, poor Sound. Can he really do it on this one? 35 seconds. Time ticking away. He's getting paranoid. He's getting scared. Doesn't know where the peak is going to be coming in from.
Now, Zello has no help yet on middle. He's gonna arrive as soon as Refresh is still there, most likely. So that could be a kill. It is. But too late to help Sound survive, to create the paranoia. 20 seconds with the bomb going down. It's Zello in a clutch. We've seen him do it before, but it was with a big green. He hears him on CT. Nico's gonna chug in a molly. Time ticking off the clock, and Zello has no kit, so he's using the smoke to create some space. Does he realize where Nico is? He's in a good position. The bomb is planted for him. Zello will have to clear. Is there the spot behind the box that you're going to clear, though? Clearing it. Yep, he's going to do so. Oh, what a kill. What a reek. Zello wins it. The Romanian Opera with an M4 still as good. And it's Nexus to go to map point first.
Okay, on their own map pick, they're at least able to secure overtime. That is going to be huge out here for the Romanians. And Nexus need to keep going here. Otherwise, it could be overtime and it could be Ancient still being taken over by Preasy, right? You never know. But at this point in time, I couldn't really see what the buy is going to be looking like for Nico and his friends. Still good, right? Going on over to round number 24. Yeah, there you go. Even an AWP coming out of Cristo. Perfect cash coming out here for Preasy. So it's still going to get tough with MP9 onto BTN and 2 FAMASes on Ursin and Raga. Nexus are not in clear waters just yet.
No, it looks like Preasy's gonna try something fast towards B, so that's an alternative. Look, pushes towards ramp with flashes. And it works, because they've taken B ramp. This is the alternative that I like to see, but flashes in response. Sound is sitting duck! There's responses from Preasy to this. How do you read this? You might not have even heard the flashes, but you do just take yourself the ramp with ease, and now everything falls flat. Ex-Preasy read. Don't do the read from Nexus in the first place. This is absolute stellar Counter-Strike. And now you know where Ursin is as well. Run away, friends. Go away, because you have just secured overtime.
I feel like I just watched an episode of Death Note. Everybody was reading into each other's intentions and motives. Everyone was just knowing what they were doing. And now, apparently, Preasy was the light coming out of this one. So, round number 24, we go into overtime here for Ancient on the first map of the best of 3. It's going to be a long one, as Nexus still try to hold on to their own map pick. Preasy will try to take Nexus out of the CCT.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's
overtime.
It's crazy that round, right? You smoke off bottom ramp. Nexus is gonna take ramp. They've never done it with a flash or with util. Preasy is like, yeah, we just wait. We'll flash us in as soon as Nexus is on the ramp to peek and fight. And they know where both of them are. I mean, that's crazy. Reading into the IDs, getting that in this dire stages of the game is insane. Overtime for the second time today.
Indeed. So, trying to double peek. It is going to be the op to fall down first. Zello still ready with it. It's going to be BTN coming in around from Cave. Picking off one more as Borup gets a leg shot down through the wall there. Falls down to 17. Picks up the op himself. Kind of tough to try to best Zello on a scope duel. But right now, it's still going to be the 5v3. No post plan just yet. Not even close to it. Bomb left on Refresh down on middle. And I think they might be heading on over to the A side once again, but Refresh, it's not a good idea to peek down middle, as yeah, there you go. BTN's just gonna shut you down. Not even a single bullet connecting Raga on the flashback around. Perfect timing. And now, it should be Preasy handing Nexus their 13th, or maybe Nico has got something else to say here. 1 HP, he falls on down. BTN, this was his round. Comes in from K, finds one, and then the second two as well, down still on middle. Zello, can you find your double, or are you giving Raga away the quadra? For now, nothing's happening, but someone will take a kill in the end. As the flash comes in, peeks on out. Zello doesn't push, so it should be BTN trying to find 4. Oh, or maybe not.
Can he do it? Yeah, not gonna do so. There was a flank from Ursin. I was checking where was the third, and then I saw, okay, Ursin is already having that kill lined up. Beautifully played for the team of Nexus as well, to take ex-Preasy on the hunt there. All in all, I mean, the early fights, of course, from Nexus, those were great. Those were where sometimes it was a little bit of a pain point, with middle being rough, and then the A side now being challenged. Usually some good aggression, but now Cello that was ready for it. You still saw some troubles there on middle. If BTN didn't win that fight, they could have gotten a little cheeky. But ultimately, Nexus, they do what they're supposed to be doing. And now already getting around on the CT side here of the overtime is a good thing. Because if Nexus is going to have buys on the T side, I feel like it's very hard for ex-Preasy to get things going. We'll have to see about it, though.
We will have to indeed. Coming in for it. Christo checking into ramp. It's going to be Sound to try to deny. Now slow plays coming out of Preasy though. They're just trying to get info onto either of these sides. You know, there's one AK down here onto B, and don't know if they know there's a second player as well. BTN holding up into the ninja position, takes a lot of damage in through the wall, 50 HP only, and now they're heading on over to the A side. It looks like they need to get the bomb from rotation though.
Have it. Where do they go? No kill yet found, right? So you're gonna have to try and pinch somewhere, which is towards A. Christo gets that kill. Double trade back potential here in Cave, but Borup, they will already find the first, giving BTN no chance to find it, and the op is gonna continue. What a round from ex-Preasy. It isn't necessarily too special what they're doing, but they're just fighting the rough fights. They're winning against the 1v1s, and then it's rough to find it. If BTN is going to be able to find Nico here, this round could still get competitive to some extent, but he won't do so. Dropping very quickly, giving Sound a chance to do it all himself. Pad up the stats a little, as he's already on 29 kills at the moment. Can he make it 30? That's what he finds. He still needs a little more to win out this round. Preasy equalize.
They do indeed. So now 13 to 13. There's only a single round remaining. We're gonna get to see Nexus on their CT side here on Ancient. And remember, Ancient overly CT side. The fact that we're not seeing Nexus actually take it away here means that Preasy have got a chance to try to get it back together here onto the second half of the overtime and to try to win it over away from the Romanians on their own map pick, which is definitely gonna be very heartbreaking out here for the beginning of the best of 3. But Anubis is going to be up next either way, so T side is extremely important for either side. Nico falls down to half. It is going to be TMB to be traded out. Raga on the double. Fraga back online, but BTN is going to fall and Zello trades it back. Okay, Nexus. They are getting their head back in this game. 2v4 though. It's Christo and Refresh. Try to somehow find their way back into this round, and Raga spots one. Smoked on down, Molotov a bit too deep. Preasy. This is a really tough round to try to work with.
Yeah, and this would be good. If Nexus can pick up the CT half, their T side, their better half is yet to come. So we're gonna see what they can bring.
Ooh.
It's Christo that takes one back, finds a second. The Dane is still not done, but so is Raga. He's allowed to find the final 2. And Nexus still have what I said, their better half coming. They've been good on the T side, picking up a 7-5 split previously to this, making it go into overtime by Preasy's insane T half. But now we're gonna switch sides with that T side yet to come and the CT side from ex-Preasy, with only full buys for Nexus to pull off.
Yeah. True. Right now they have all the util in the world to try to pull off executions if they want to. It all depends on the calls coming in from BTN yet again, and TMB, he has actually managed to read a little bit into the old dog that is BTN, but hey, who said you can't teach old dogs new tricks again, right? BTN has been continuously trying to change up his games. But up against Preasy, they haven't really been too different. Right, they've been going in for the same attempts right down to middle. If you spot off TMB here and take him down, it's going to be the first entry. That's exactly what's going to happen. BTN falls down to half HP, but it doesn't quite matter. He's not out of the fight just yet. Spotted out one into the B side. How many do you think there are there? If you are BTN right now, and you heard one AK going through the wall, a flash down onto ramp as well here, you think there's a maximum of 2 players down on this B side, right?
And you're gonna be completely right with your call if you are in fact Nexus, because now they've rotated around to have 2 there only. But they have full control. This is good. Nexus still have lots of opportunities. They're keeping all their IDs open, waiting for the 50-second mark to pass, maybe a little bit further before they're doing something. Only one smoke. So Raga is going to go for a little opener into middle. Christu not ready. What a shot there from Raga. And a chance to push in towards the B side now if you're Nexus, but the time is running out. You only have one smoke to work with, but a bunch of flashes and some util. Just walking, trying to play it, potentially contact worthy. Although Long's getting smoked off, Borb in a tough spot. He's going to have to fight, yet the molly burned him once. Giving Sound away to Sound. 31 encounter. As he's looking for a little more there towards Long. Together with Raga, they're trying to work their way through, and the nade will force him in the open.
Wow.
Another kill from Sound. Nexus, most likely on map point here. As they are going to move to 15 with a chance for Refresh to do something, but a 1 versus 5. Going to face the inevitable, and saving it for Christu seems like the best option.
If you can save it, that is. The Raga's looking hungry for the frags. He does go down in the end, though. The bomb completely left alone right now. If he had the defuse, if he does have the defuse kit, and if he wanted to really push on out here, full guns blazing, knife out, he actually could have found the defuse, and there would be nobody here from Nexus. But they're confident, and they're leaving Zello out here to try to go in for the hunt, as it is going to be him falling. And the round over and done for Nexus. They need one more, and they take themselves over to their own map pick here onto overtime to win it out, sending us on over to Anubis with Preasy already a little bit worn out. But it's not over just yet. Preasy can still take us to the second overtime. But they need 2 in a row here onto the CT side.
Yeah, I mean, giving
Yeah.
Preasy that sort of chance to come back, right, to making it go to overtime, and then sweeping it away from them might even be worse for their momentum, right? It might even be worse for what they're expecting or how their feeling is going to be going into that second map. So Nexus is kind of doing something right to make it go to overtime, although they still need to end it right here. It's going into a second overtime would be harsh for both teams.
Yeah, here comes the first push though, coming out of Fresh, shuts it down onto Ersi, and the push on down onto the A side. Doesn't have a bomb to be seen yet, so they've left it down on rotation. It's gonna be a good call. Smoke on down towards the side as well. Molotov as the push comes in here from TMB. He's gonna fall. Sound finds his 33rd frag as he finds himself dead as well. 3v4. Looking on down, BTN, can he find anyone to work with here? Borov is gonna be shut down. Refresh on the smoke though, jumps and does find the frag. Raga shut out of the fight. 2v3, Zello and BTN out here. Opper and IGL versus a double op setup on Refresh and Christo. Playing in from Donut there. The bomb, they think it's gonna be a rotate. Look at BTN though, this rotate is perfect. Could shut all of them down here, depending on how he finds them. Nico spotted out first though. Now peeking on down, needs to reload. BTN only on 6 bullets, tries to run away. Zello, this is a perfect bait though. We'll be able to find Nico, looks in for Crystal as well on the jump. He does get hit, but through the box. Down to 32, how is Zello still left alive? Refresh on the lurk back around the zone. The 5-7 should be able to take down the Opper. There you have it. BTN last man standing, and he's gonna fall down as well. So another round on the board here for Preasy, and there's only one remaining of this overtime. Do we go to overtime 2, or is this Nexus taking it home? They don't really have the best of 5.
Oh boy, this round is gone from bad to worse for Nexus. They had the good read and the flank for Refresh coming out. This kill from Raga, if he finds it, it's done and dusted. Refresh allowed to find it back, and with the flank all the way around for Refresh and Nexus not ready, it really becomes a tough situation. ex-Preasy, one more to go to make us go for another time. Christus once more on the op. This time around, Nexus goes fast in the middle of cells, and it works out as TMB will be dropping, make it a second. The Romanians want to end it right here, right now. They've let ex-Preasy get so close, yet in the end, it's so far away from winning still. Although Ursin is going to have to be ready. He's finding it. Everything works for Nexus in this round, and that's the luck you need to have once in order to pick it up. It's a great mid-execute. ex-Preasy just not ready for it. And now you have Christu that has to step up all himself, with players coming from all different angles. One from Temple, one from Donut, one from Maid. Too many Nexus. And Nexus that take it. They picked up too many rounds for ex-Preasy to win it. It's 16-14. And what a game from Sound, but in particular from Nexus as of a whole, because they played it as a unit, they played it well, and they get us towards that second map with a 1-0.
Well played, boys, on over here at Nexus. They take on their own map pick 16-14, and again, Sound, 34 frags found here at the end. Absolutely incredible here for the Romanians, but it's not over just yet. The best of 3 still continues, and from the jungles of Ancient, we'll be going into the deserts of Anubis to try to find ourselves on over to either a 2-0 here for Nexus, or for the side that actually picked away the map here on over to ex-Preasy to try to find themselves over to the first map pick of this best of 3. If not, ex-Preasy are out and eliminated from the CCT, but it's not over just yet, so stay tuned to find out what's going to happen after a 10-minute break. We'll be right back with you.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skinplace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skinplace.
After a hard-fought battle, it's Nexus to win it and setting themselves up for a 1-0 and a good series for sure. It was overtime that was been played here on Ancient, but eventually Nexus that were just having the better end of that spectrum. Me, myself, Dutchboy still joined together with Atro here in the casting booth as we have at least one more map yet to come, because, I mean, Nexus, this must be a hit for ex-Preasy at the moment, and now you're gonna go into Anubis with a team that is maybe still lesser experience of playing together. I'm gonna see Nexus still take this potentially.
Yeah, I can see it too. I get where you're coming from. Again, at the same time, Nexus is taking a look on down to try to find themselves on over to Comfort, right? That's exactly what they've been doing on Ancient as well. BTN keeps on calling kind of the same strats, but it does work because you've got players like Zello, you've got players like Sound especially popping off the charts, and now you've got Ersin joining up into the fight with the roster of Nexus to be a little bit more aggressive, right? To try to find something new in the team, but at the same time, you've always got fragging power when it comes down to Raga. It's overall a roster that knows each other really well and can communicate to employ the visions that BTN has. So going on over for a map like Anubis, we'll see where it takes us, right? Because it is very T-sided, and you mentioned before how you feel like Nexus is a bit more of a T-sided team, right? I feel like Preasy as well are kind of trying to take on down that sort of role going on over towards the CD side, so we'll see how it really pays off, but they were the ones picking away Anubis, right? ex-Preasy wanted to go to Anubis, so perhaps they've got some plans as well of their own.
Yeah, they definitely have some things to tell. Here we are, moving in towards that Anubis map with Nexus starting on the CT side. They chose that We saw that in the map veto coming through, so a little bit of a different approach. I feel like they want to stabilize things quickly and end on what looks like their more favorite side, giving Preasy the opportunity to get things going pretty fast. But if you can shut them down quickly, that might not be happening. Great shot found. Of course, a second person that's on its tail in the name of Ursin, and actually having a triple A stack with one inside of camera, giving the opportunity for Nexus to somewhat set up for success. Still, you would suspect after the early presence shown that Nexus is going to start rotating over towards B, thinking ex-Preasy not making any steps, but that's not the case. They're still sticking to their gut of the A play, and that is where Preasy is heading, so this is all working out perfectly.
Oh, Borup waiting. It's gonna be BTN up first to try to take the bullet, but Zello trades it back right on then. Christo finds himself on the enemy Opera as well. 3v3 remaining, and Edison onto the Prince stream is still trying to take down the bomb holder. Christo runs away, and it's back up to the B bomb site. Great rotations coming out of Preasy, and they've made it happen quickly, but can Naraga be quicker? No, he cannot. He's waiting down on Cave, and it's gonna be the retake out here up against ex-Preasy. Moving on down, P2K doesn't connect on any shots. It is going to be a smoke there onto Raga, but he misses out on the defuse kit as well. Now it's going to be up to Edison to try to deny, but it's not going to happen. So there you go. Sound last man standing 1v2. Time taken away. He has to retake somehow. Does he know where the defuse got dropped to? And the smoke as well. He's pushing on over to HUD, trying to find at least a refresh there, but TMB is still holding down towards long. Timing is everything, and it looks to be a round which Sound can't really hold on to, but he will be going in for the smoke, and can he hold down for the defuse as well? He's sticking it. He's going for it. Knife being brought on out, but it doesn't matter. TMB still manages to find the shot. So there you have it. 1-0 pistol round 1 by ex-Preasy.
They find it, and although the setup initially was good for ex-Preasy, the decision as well to wrap their way around worked out perfectly, and things in general seem to be striking for the team of ex-Preasy in general in this game, and in the first map as well. It looked better than I originally had anticipated, so for this team of Nexus there has to be some changes made, definitely having to stabilize here on this map now, although it's just a pistol going the way of ex-Preasy for now. Should be a second to follow soon. Player seen on towards that Temple spot. Raga trying to get back in as the volley was thrown. Spraying still from Temple. Not really working out. The Deagle, while TMB push out of connector, it works out wonderfully. So the kills are rolling by. It's great chipping towards this B site without anything to fall from the ex-Preasy site. Really great to check CT, Temple and connector. Very well done there.
Very well done indeed. Back 10s pick up kill bonuses, and we go into round number 3 with a full buy coming out of Nexus 2. So finally something to look forward to. But something I did want to mention before we started actually was the fact that both teams have gotten really used to playing on over to that third map decider, right? In the past couple of best of 3s they've already played, it's been really irregular to see a map or a best of 3 which hasn't gone all the way to the third map here for both ex-Preasy and for Nexus, right? They fought against Parivision, they lost 2-1. They fought against Permitted, they won 2-1. They lost against Amcal, they lost 2-1, right? So we always go there, and Preasy, very nice start here. It's gonna be Christo and Bora finding a headshot each, BTN down to 8 HP. So, yeah, all the chances in the world here to take us on over to that third map decider. But still, we just started out Anubis. It's gonna be a 3v5, and I think BTN might already want to call out the safe made.
Wow. I thought it was gonna fall there, down to 2 points of health. Sticking towards A, and a molly thrown right on top. It is working for the side of ex-Preasy big time, as it's just BTN and Sound that are trying to wiggle their way through. 102 HP combined, but they're saving, as you mentioned before. So far, so good for ex-Preasy, to be honest. Haven't had too much to worry about.
Definitely. I mean, so far so good in the sense that Preasy are finding the frags needed. Borup and Christo are still going to town, TMB being a great entry overall. They're getting the bomb down, and that's what's important. Nexus on the CT side is struggling to find, how do I put it, kind of stability, right? Preasy are just running them over with the great executions, and Nexus are just not able to deny. So that's overall what's encompassing the situation right now. And they are going in for the hunt, Preasy. They've got residual cash, so of course they'll be going in aggressive, trying to take these guys down. It's going to be one on Sound and low HP on BTN. So there you have it. Flawless round coming out of Preasy into this round. Moving us into round number 4 here with quite a great advantage here for Preasy. By the way, do you usually call connector camera room? Right over there, that Raga just got absolutely blown to bits.
It is a universal call for camera, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Because there's a camera right outside of middle. So people call that camera, and then the part on B, they call that connector, because there's also a cave where currently Erson is walking there at the top. So there's all reason for it to be called. So that is, those are some good calls that I hear a lot of people make, and definitely seem to be the nice ones.
That's educational.
Yeah.
We got some learning to do here as well. But there you go. Sound does manage to find one. Ooh, Raga on the second here. Good trades back from the eco. And Raga on the second as well. Manages to find himself a triple kill. Refresh down to 2 HP. This could be a great round to deal damage from Nexus, right? To at least try to find as many kills as possible. Smoke went down towards camera room. And now the nade comes on over. Refresh down to 2 still. And Raga finds the third. Now looking good for the 1v1. There's no way Raga here on an P250 manages to find so much already, but there you go, 13 HP, he even dinked him away, Jesse. This could have been a round for Raga, but still, he made it so worth it by finding the triple kill into this one.
Damn, that was a close one. Nico almost getting taken away. I thought for a second that P250 had something more to tell. That was the kill, and then we saw not this tap, but here the tap coming through. I mean, his head not flinching, but a second kill. Or a second tap that would have done enough anywhere at the body. Really greatly played still from Raga there. Ultimately, not allowed to find the final piece. It's close for the side from Nexus, but yeah, history kind of repeating itself on the way that Nexus is not able to be too stable on their city side. And now on a map that is very well known to be a T-sided map, that is only showing it even more. Nexus, they aren't really ready. Their aim is good, but it isn't good enough to chip away the T's with the AKs and everything. They have to do it together. They have to do it by reading situations, and so far BTN has had nothing really to call for, other than in the pistol where he called out the A side perfectly, where they went on for rotates and there was no cigar straight after.
Raga trying to peek on in, beautiful flash coming out of Zello. Connects on one onto long, and TNB stays down in towards water, trying to push on up in from dark. It is going to be a bit of a slower approach in from Preasy here to get to the B-bomb site. They've left the bomb at rotation as well. Refresh, picking up the op himself here. Will be trying to peek on down towards Raga, but he finds both of the oppers now dead in the water there too long, and it is going to be Preasy still attempting this B side. Look at the lurks though. 3 people inside of the B side, and you've got yourselves BTN and Edison trying to push on ahead here through middle. As it is still going to be the B-side attempted here. TMB making his move on. Sound checking. Sound getting at least one. And now Borup doesn't connect on the second. So it is going to be TMB left in a 1v4. Makes it a 1v3, but needs to get the bomb down as well. On 10 seconds remaining. It's going to be mollied on off. He has to go in through it. TMB is going to be shut down by the other IGL in the server right here. And it will be the first round on the board for Nexus.
Well done, Nexus. They get some saying, and what do? They play something a little alternative. They're going for a proactive play here towards the outside of B. Raga gets an opening, then there's a nade opening up, which actually favors them instead of it favors Refresh on the op. So that's a little bit rough right there, I gotta say. At the same time, Nexus getting things going here and doing some new moves is what works it out. On Anubis, it's very hard to hold the CT side, so doing whatever you can to play that different type of style. Getting some opening somewhere, getting some space is required, because sitting back will make you become a torso, a dead corpse, instead of having you some frags to your name. See how it's going to be this time around, as it's once again just a little bit of a default for the team of ex-Preasy. Chris2 getting naded away, with Nico down to 80 as well. It's a pretty decent start. Little hair of damage done to the side of ex-Preasy, which is going to get Nexus Gaming in a pretty good position. That molly will force BTN out in the open. The flash as well from Cello. And help has arrived with the ARP as well, looking to take down Chris2. It's so well played for Nexus. They help each other out. It's team play after team play. And this is exactly what you need to break, ex-Preasy.
Indeed, what you do need to break out here, but it is going to be the 4-2 only. Nexus still have got a bit of a longer way to go on ahead here. Preasy, if they save away these 2 Ickies as well, they do have a chance into the next round to try to bring it back. Although it's not going to be easy, it isn't going to be impossible either. Flawless round though, coming out of the CT side, so they're going to be looking for more and more of these. As we are going to be jumping away here from round number 6 to round number 7. Now, for round number 7, Jesse, if they do save away these 2 AKs, should they buy around it? 2.2k onto Crystal, 1.8k onto TMB. They're going to get money after this round as well. What are we thinking? It should be the force buy, right?
Yeah, most likely it is. I mean, you're not going to get any cash, but you will get 1.4k on everybody. I think Nico... I'm actually not too sure. They could still go for an eco as well, but TMB and Chris2 can buy, and then Nico will have that Deagle. So I feel like it's worth it to have the investment. I was gonna think about, okay, you get 1.9 thousand, but I forgot for a moment that also Refresh and Borp are still alive, and they have no money left. So that kind of means you're gonna have 1.9 thousand on 2 of them in the next round, or 2.4 rather this time around. That won't help you either, because then you're gonna have 2 Mac-10s in the next round as well. So it's better off to buy. They force themselves into a very bad situation with their economy, but they do the best move that they can on the chessboard. You might be as bad as it can be. You can always do the right move. They do the right move this time, which is the best in this current situation. If they lose this round though, surely enough, that pawn you have lost in the beginning might be turned into a rook. And who knows how much more the Nexus Gaming can string up top right there and then.
Anubis still being the favorite map out here for Nexus. Much better, well, not much better, but still better than ex-Preasy. 40% win rate, over 50% win rate here for Nexus. So, Preasy, they picked into it thinking that they were going to have a chance at this T side really popping off. For now though, Nexus picking away CT first. It's definitely going to be a bit of a wild card. So, slow play coming out of Preasy until they try to figure out what BTN's calling here. Everybody just putting up a veil though. In through B to mid and into A. It's like they're connected. Now they're waiting on the push down towards long. Ersin, how quick will you be in through these smokes and with the util you have? That Molotov could actually flush away Borup. And here comes a flash into the other, well, here comes smokes actually to the B side. Trying to fake it out. Ersin, I think he's running away. Oh, he's rotating.
No molly.
Noise made.
Oh wow. They will be stopped for now.
Big damage into Raga and BTN though, but it's gonna be Zello first on the intake. Finds the second with the help of Ersin. And Ersin shuts them all down here. Bomb spotted and 5 seconds remaining to push on the side. Keep fresh. Trying to hold it on, but you won't be able to find too many frags in enough time here to win the round. So, 1 on over by Nexus. BTN is gonna fall after time. Thank God he had a lot of cash to work with though. So there you have it. TMB doesn't go down, saves away the AK, and it's 4-3 here as Preasy are not looking that great anymore.
Luckily, as BTN is a CT, he will be able to get himself some cash, so that doesn't really matter, but he really wanted to look for TMB in this regard. Luckily for BTN, loss bonus is still there on the CT side, but for that T player TMB, if he would have died there, that would have got things into a very rough position. Speaking of very rough positions, ex-Preasy still isn't not that great. TMB 350. He's only going to get 2.9 thousand, so he'll be forced on the Galil next round. When Preasy's going to have that full buy wrapped around. So you save a weapon, you do the best that you can, but it's still not the best for your own economy, for your own good. Cello! Oh boy!
Oh my god.
A 180 flick just like that. And you might have had the AK, you don't anymore. Bye-bye TMB.
Damn, TMB just trying to play the game and then not being allowed to, apparently. There you go. BTN is going to clean up Cristo down the middle as well. And from this point onwards, it's just going to get easier and easier for Preasy. For Nexus, sorry. To just clean up house here. Will we even get to see a frag? Yes, we will. Refresh on 2, actually, down the middle. Looking good. Picks up the bomb. Now drops down towards Raga's crosser. Okay.
Yeah. A stack that was ready for everything. Good chance for Borup to run in. Will be hurt by Xello. And as he has an AWP, he might not be able to deny this bomb from going down. So Borup has created an opportunity. The ex-Astralis player is trying to make it happen while he's looking for Raga out of bullets. A Deagle out, no cigar. It's 4-4. The game is tied up. Nexus have made this comeback, and this being on their CT side, Etro, I'm starting to believe more and more that Nexus has this one, or at least is going to have a very good chance, because that T side is still to come, right? We all know what Nexus can do on T sides. They're dominant most of the time.
Yeah, really, really important to make as many rounds as possible here. And you can tell the boys on over at Nexus are having their bit of fun as well, right? Even though it's such an important game to try to win, to stay into the CCT for longer, and to try to have a chance on over at the reverse sweep overall, and to win 3 best of 3s back to back here to make it to the playoffs. You can they're still enjoying the game. They're still having fun, which is always nice to see. And they're doing it in an amazing job as well, right? 4-4 right now. They've equalized back up. It's round number 9. And if you win this one, economy for Preasy is out in the dumps again. Right, so you do have a chance of winning out even more as we go into this 9th round.
Util usage into middle, but see you later, BTN. Through the smoke, finding a bullet right through his skull. He is a sitting duck. Rotations will be called upon. Nexus now. They don't have that wiggle room to do themselves. They have to force something now. And BTN is dead, so at least it's the man that can call for the players to move their way around. But what do you do in this situation? You need an equalizer somewhere. You need some intel. At least Urson is going to have some saying by pushing close in towards A main. So that's a good spot he's in. But you still want to find an equalizer somewhere very fast, because sitting back in a 5 versus 4 never seems like a good idea.
Engage down on middle could have been, but they will be heading on over to the B side overall, and it's only going to be Sound to try to deny. Sound out here. Moving on with an AK. He's got something to work with at the very least, but Molotov on down towards Pillar, and a great Molotov to deny the dark push as well. Sound peeks on in. Let's see if he finds any. Yes, he does. Refresh taken out of the fight already. Jumps to the left side of the Pillar here. Manages to find another. Sound all good for 2. Zello coming in from K with the AWP. Post-plan situation already. And Ersin is going to get spotted out here. Borup trying to hold it. Pre-firing and managed to find one there. Borup connects. Zello still trades. And now looks in for Borup as well. Low HP, only 3. Ersin coming in from Dar. Spotted out by Cristo. But now Cristo gets the headshot. And Borup trades it out in the end to manage to find Preasy on another round. Not giving away the advantage to Nexus. And it is going to be a 5-4 that the T side still upholds.
Yeah, very well done. It all starts up with the entry like this. Sure, Sound finds a trade back and then goes on to push onto Pizza to move himself into a little better move. Gets himself a second, but from that point onward, the round is all history with nothing going for them. Cello still having that chance, but it's all just a little too late. ex-Preasy winning it out. A buy still out for Nexus, but they gotta be worried about the following one to come. So this could be the beginning of ex-Preasy's back on Barrage. Trying their utmost to find it. Raja smoking off connector, allowing nothing to come out of the Nexus side, or the Preasy side rather. They have not taken any control over water yet. It's a little bit worrying. Although they're falling away. Set up into a mid to B, or a B to con split coming in for ex-Preasy, it looks like the most part. Although they're fighting towards A, might cause a rotation coming through from Nexus, which could create some chaos. Well, ex-Preasy is just gonna go into B right now.
Yeah, but you've got Zello here, amazing anchor, especially on the AWP, so they can leave him be here by himself. As onto the B side as we go, Preasy trying to push on up here. They do have a couple of flashes left remaining. It's gonna be DMB to lose out one of those 2 flashes, and Raga finding the trade back, but all the players down from Nexus' side will be falling onto the B side. 2v3 left remaining onto the retake. And Zello with the AWP is definitely not going to be easy to try to make it happen. Borup on the timing. Oh, Zello spots him, shuts him down. That's great already. Still on 100 HP. At least they know, as BTN has fallen, that one is down onto long and one's most likely on the side. Zello, good luck, have fun. Let's see the retake attempt. And let's see the save as well, as there is no way for him to actually get that one. He doesn't have the defuse kit, neither on the ground or on him. So 6 is going to be on the board here for Preasy.
And Nexus is forced to an eco, so we're gonna see 7 at least coming out, most likely, from Preasy, except if Cello is gonna put this up to good use in the next round. It will be worrying. I think an 8-4.5 Nexus is still gonna be pretty okay with. We'd like to get at least 7-5, but 8-4 is doable. Considering you still got that T side to come, and with the pistol, things can shape up quite nicely. We're gonna have to figure out, though. We're gonna have to see some good openers, some good chaos that was created. You find the equalizer, but at the same time, the squeeze towards B is what gets you very nicely. You have to fight for towards Con, but that is gonna make you absolutely exposed from long. And that's where ex-Preasy came into play. The players are fighting for Con, they gotta be careful about long as well. And all eyes were focused on Con, giving no eyes towards long. And an easy pickings for ex-Preasy coming through. Cello, easy pickings towards B this time around. Make it 2 with Sound. B side might be pressured, but Sound and Cello relieve the pressure, with Cello going for another. Can he find a third as well? It's Cello, and Cello doing everything. He's gonna find a third. Nexus shuts it down. No entrance into B, because Cello is there, although there's something to say for Nico. 40 HP, but no cigar. The round is won, and Cello is the master with the op. Master at its works, and Nexus that get a round that wasn't theirs, but they're still happy with that one.
And wasn't ever supposed to be theirs. That was a single AWP and a deagle that makes it work. Sound finding the headshot on the Crystal is so big as well, but Cello, man, he finds all of the frags in this one. Thank God for Urson on the timing as well, because if it was only going to be TMB left standing up against, if only it was going to be Nico versus BTN there in the end, BTN had no way of getting back to that side. Smoked off, coming in from long right. Well, USP only. They do manage to find it, so Nexus extremely happy with this outcome. They find 5 on the board here to the CT side. If they can make it 6-6, then it is just happiness overload here from the Romanians. BTN is going to fall, but staying in the Molotov. Zello connects on the collateral, and this just makes it look so damn easy through the wall as well. Zello's not missing a single beat, a single shot. As this man is going insane, he's 11-6, and the impact he's having is godlike.
Yep.
But 3v3, Preasy still have got a chance to the safe side to try to take it.
Teacher teaching his class a lesson how to op. Class being the ex-Preasy side, although Nexus is definitely one that wants to benefit from it too. Want to learn on how to use it. Go for a no-scope as well. Why not? Picks out the AK. Will he get 4? He might as well go for the ace. TMB falling.
There you go.
Oh, he knows where Refresh is now. The Refresh will hear Sound going for the retake. It's harsh. Refresh in a good position. He edge of the smoke. Sound might not be suspecting this. You do see that smoke, so you might be having a feeling about it. As soon as Refresh shows, Sound is going to have his eyes fully pinched on it. Now checking for long. Spotting him out to the open. It's a clutch. The Romanians do it again. And you thought it was going to be an 8-4. But it is a 6-6 half. We're all tied going into the second half.
There we go, Nexus. Oh my goodness. Good job, boys. Coming into this one, they managed to find the retake. They managed to find everything, even the eco. Zello going insane, man. 2 rounds back to back. Look at this, right? Christo, Nico shut away into this eco a little bit and then connecting through the wall as well, through the doors. He's doing it all. It came down to a 1v1, yeah. Sound had it in the back though. The moment that smoke dissipated, it was a nice attempt coming in from Refresh. But overall, Nexus are just putting up some insane stats, some insane plays. And now 6-6, moving into T side of Anubis on Nexus's enemies map pick. And yet still, everyone, including myself, believes that Nexus should be taking this one 2-0.
Yeah, now there's a really good chance for Nexus to do it. Kind of all eyes are set on their T side, or were set on their T side, and now they've yet to just prove it. They've yet to do what they've done so many times. And I really like it. I mean, I was a little bit scared for Nexus, considering they were once more 0-2, like it's somewhat of the CCT curse continuing for Nexus. They played so many inside of the CCT Season 1 tournaments that we saw. Now losing against Paravision, and then that 2-0, a bitter pill to swallow against the new formed Illuminar. You kind of expect them to take a good win, maybe against the side of Illuminar. Against Paravision, sure. Paravision is a team that has now Kickert, Patsy, Artfrost, all with Jerry as well, all tier 1 contenders. So a really good team to still lose against. You can afford to. But then 2 days later, you lose against Illuminar 2-0. 39-39. One being on Ancient and one being on Vertigo. Those are rough. Those are rough to lose. So I was going to say, maybe the curse continues. But now playing against ex-Preasy, they show their prowess once more. It's a rough fight. But they take it all day long if they can win it.
D-side now, pistol is really important for this half, right? Ending at 6-6, whoever takes the pistol will have the greatest advantages to start things off here. In towards the B side, it's going to be a 4-man defense though coming out of Preasy, so Nexus might have not been the greatest of calls here to make as they are going in for a BTN and there's to find trades away for Zello and Sound. They've lost a couple of members, but Refresh comes in right from behind on drop. It gets hurt by Raga, checks him behind, but still not dead. Raga will go down. Crystal on a one-tap ends it all off, makes it look easy. So ex-Preasy win out the pistol and managed to find the 7th on the board, most likely the 8th as well, as a bomb wasn't planted in that one, so we won't see a force fight.
A little bit of tunnel vision there for BTN. Fully focused on the call to make it towards B. You find the double trade back. You think there's still an opportunity. You think it's still gonna work, yet at the same time, all players for ex-Preasy are already setting up to rotate towards the B site, and then you're still forced to fight against a bunch of players. Good thing about Nexus though, they don't buy up here. They're gonna play for that next round, but then on round 15, all eyes are focused on them. Because then they have to show. It's round 15 where there's a lot more pressure on them to win it!
Oh!
And with a kill like that from Ursin, that really makes your round 15 a little better. You might as well just take 14, I was gonna say, but that is still way too early to tell, of course. A 4 versus 4 found, and no armor on anybody from the side from Nexus will make this one incredibly tough to pick up.
I don't even think they want to. Again, they just want to deal as much damage as possible. Raga is going to fall down to the MP9, and now coming in from long, everybody else is going to die. But Evsin doesn't find a second. If he did, that would have been great. But still, overall, not half bad coming out here from Nexus. The expected outcome. And Preasy as well do a great job of shutting them down. Again, kill bonuses on the MP9, 5k now on the back of TMB. So it is going to be Nexus on the full buy and Preasy on the bonus. Will they be holding down to the MP9s, to the SMGs, to everything else they've had up until now? Yes, they will. Not wasting away a good SMG or a good FAMAS on a good day, apparently. AWP onto Christo, though. It's gonna get scary. Zello doesn't have one of his own. It's gonna be the B-side again. BTN, you said it, a little bit of tunnel vision here.
I mean, in that pistol, I mean, you gotta respond to what you see on the ex-Preasy side, but this time around, they're only stacking it with 3. So now tunnel vision is allowed, considering there's rotation soon coming in. Might be wanting to choose something else, but for now nothing happening. You can see BTN. Look, this was what I expected in the pistol. You get to a 3 versus 3, you reset. You fall back, you play your numbers, and you're gonna be trying to do something else. But in the pistol round, they went on to still push into the B side, allowing for ex-Preasy to set up very nicely. Now you have a little bit of no information game for the side from ex-Preasy. You have everything, they have nothing. With the smokes and everything tossed out, they're trying to set up for an A play even here, ex-Preasy. Although that isn't even close what the team of Nexus is trying. They're gonna go and try for middle. They might go for a mid to A with Raga moving towards water. He's gonna have to be careful about the A push. He will turn his back, but turns it back in time. 2 more to find towards his A main. With Christo and Nico joining forces, they're gonna swing. Raga is aware, but has spotted them both, most likely walking up. Christo rotates around, gets the kill. Now forced back into long. Nexus, they run into the stack. They run into the op. They have to choose to go somewhere else, yet Christo is still out in the open. Cello wants to attempt for a 3rd time in a row. He wants to think about 3rd time's the charm, and it sure is. 3rd time you peek, you find the kill. And the bomb will go down as well. Nexus get away with murder by peeking into an op. And it's TMB to try and recover.
Yeah, and the IGL usually doesn't like these scenarios. He's going to be dropping down towards water, and I think he's going to be running away on this one. I mean, he does have the time, but he doesn't have the fuse kit, so he either has to be extremely quick right here and try to find a lurk, but he can't do the contact play or just save it away. Looking in for an AK to pick up, most likely. He's on one right now, going to press G and run away here at the end. So there you have it, 8-7. Nexus do manage to put one up on the board. Important part here is though, Zello, can he get away with the AWP? He wants to pick it up. It's gonna be very important as Zello tries to run, spotted out TMB, knows that something's up. Falls down to low HP, and TMB is going to fall. So where's the AWP at? Don't think he picked it up.
Nope. Maybe Cello is even gonna have it. I'm not too sure, right? He might get it to his name now, and that would be pretty interesting to have Cello now on an AWP on the T side, watching over that connector most likely. But this fight from Cello, you know an AWP is posted on an angle, and instead of going somewhere else, avoiding it, he swings right on top. That's confidence right there for Nexus, but also a little bit too much, I would say. If you do that more often, ex-Preasy will at some point start knowing and maybe adapting to it a little bit about the lackluster that Nexus is throwing in. Here, the no-buy comes in. TMB will have an SMG next round, but that's all good for them. Although Nexus should have an easy time to equalize here on the game. 8-8, and then we're gonna see how things will be. I'm super excited to see what Nexus are gonna have cooking for them.
Yeah, me too. That Molotov went to the outer space, oh my goodness. But yeah, Preasy, at this point in time, it's looking like they're just responding to what Nexus are doing, which is good, right? They're on the CT side, they don't need to be doing anything else. Zello just got a double kill through the double doors, by the way. Didn't even see the enemies, but okay. But that's the idea, right? Preasy, they're just taking this one as slowly as it gets, right? They're trying to mount up against the enemy, and it doesn't feel like TMB here is really calling. It feels more like everybody's doing kind of their own thing, and they have a general idea of what they want to do, right? Especially onto the CT side. So far, we haven't really seen too much macro play coming out of the CT side, although they do still have a lot of time to work with.
We'll see. What will the response be from ex-Preasy? Now, they know a little bit about how Nexus will play. Will BTN pull some very, very extraordinary strategy out of the hat, which can work out wonders. I do like, actually, that Nexus doesn't go for an AWP on Cello. I think that he's been doing great on the rifle so far. He just wants to sell things through here towards A. Go faster, you're taking a refresh. That's why you don't have an AWP on Cello, because sometimes he can just run it down that easily. Flashing everything coming through. Nico still on the heavens. Trying to move his way through, trying to swing right on top. Not gonna catch him off guard. And so, a 4 versus 4 will be found. Rotations are called. Nexus are setting up to go through middle and back to A. They've reset once more, down to the 4 versus 4. And these resets, man, Athro, they've been insane. Usually,
yeah.
BTN has been able to call out wins after they've reset in this situation. But Nico wants to do something on top. The cherry on top put to take down Raja. And now, the stabilization is not there for Nexus all of a sudden.
The double fake around though, they faked it out going to the B side. Now they backed it away again towards A, but Nico's holding it together. So far, Nico hasn't had the greatest of Anubises, haven't had the greatest of best of threes in general. But now this hold is really what's important. Finding the double, looking in for more. He doesn't expect them to be coming in from behind, but look at this angle, right? He does have the info pixel there, in case they do want to push, in case they do want to flash around. But oh, the lurk around coming out here from TMB. He's gonna get caught off with the knife in hand, and now the push comes through. Christo shuts down Sound as well. 3v2 remaining, and it's gonna be BTN spotted, but not taken out just yet. Instead, BTN's last man standing shuts out the nade. Can he find the frag? Yes, he can. Nico just went straight into it. Now the 1v2. 4-up coming in from long. The bomb needs to get planted 7 seconds. Not gonna be allowing him to do that. Or yes, he is actually. But not for enough time. Coming in from long, he knows about it. Christo pushing it through connector as well. It's BTN to try to take him, but it's not going to work out in the end. So 9-8, Preasy win out the round and manage to take it away from Nexus. But still, a very nice attempt from the IGL.
Yeah, getting a bomb plant, something going. But I gotta say, proactive style for ex-Preasy, something that Nexus was profiting from in the past. You have to start to be aware about every single position that could be pushed, that could be re-aggressed by the CTs. Mainly in a side where it's 3 versus 3 and Nexus tries to reset. That means ex-Preasy is going to try and look for some intel somewhere. That's what Nexus did themselves on the CT side. Whenever they were in a man-down situation or didn't have any intel, you push B with a flash. You go out of con, you try to fight. You try to fight something into the middle. So Nexus need to be aware at a position what they did themselves now is done to themselves, although aggression once more not held properly. TMB with a double to start off this round. And things are looking worse and worse by the moment here for Nexus.
Yeah, time's still ticking though. They don't care how many people have been taken out. The clock still goes. Small top on down towards middle. BTN is gonna try to trade it back up. Raga moving on into long by himself here. Gets into the A side and almost shuts down Refresh. Doesn't manage to do it though. So yeah, now the round is over. Now Preasy managed to find it all. Sound left standing in a 1v5. Not really any way to manage to find himself over to an ace clutch. But you know what? At the very least, it will be a kill made onto Borup. Maybe one onto TMB as well, who's down to 21 HP. Everybody's hit though. Here from, all the way from TMB to Christo. So it's not like Sound couldn't, in theory, find a big spray and shut them all down. But with 40 seconds remaining, he needs to start taking them off one by one. And Preasy should be getting to double digits here. From that point forwards though, Jesse, what are we thinking here for Nexus? Right?
Yeah.
Economy not going to be looking that great either. So, them trying to keep it together here, they'd need a miracle at the very least, an eco round, to manage to get back into the scorelines.
Yeah, I expected something different. A different T side from the team of Nexus. It is not working the way they wanted to, but all due to ex-Preasy getting good grip in the early round. Fights like this from TMB, where you would expect Cello to be ready. There's multiple players going into waters, no one really there to help or trade. And then everything just falls apart, everything starts crumbling. I'm starting to get very worried for the Romanian side. Ursin is gonna go for a hero AK. Gonna try to be boosted to find an opening somewhere. Cello boosting him up. He's gonna try and have a look at. Looking for the kill. It is Team Nico that is prepared for it. They need a kill. BTN with the trade. Picks up the AK and 4 versus 4. You get again if your Nexus starts stabilizing a little bit. Fall away. Wait for ex-Preasy to seek for some control because you can already see TMB doing so. He's taking B. And if you're ready as your Sound, and you take that person away that is pushing, you could be looking at a free B side. Nexus is waiting for a mistake from ex-Preasy at this point.
Yeah, and even though they've been able to be great at countering, there haven't really been that many mistakes coming out of Preasy as far as the CT side goes for Anubis. Right, they played in together, they played in slowly. They waited at their stations for Nexus to overrun them, which hasn't really happened. So now, TMB ready to hold down into long, spots out Sam on the bomb as well, so there should be a rotate coming in out here from Refresh and Co. But apparently no. Christo doesn't want to move, neither does Refresh, they're holding into the A side, so overall, Nexus right now could try to overrun them. Although there are no flashes, only a Molotov down on Zello for the pillar position. Gonna be throwing it out. Let's see TMB moving into the one-way a little bit here to get a little bit of camouflage. Doesn't see anything here. Finds only one. Sound gets the headshot. Bowler up on the trade back. Only good for one though. BTN is still left standing here. Half HP in the post-plant situation. This is looking much, much better for Nexus. But can they really hold it in together? 2 AKs versus an AK and an AWP coming in from the CT side. Refresh about to go down. Low HP still left alive. Sound is still gonna start pushing him, and now no armor. Only an AWP versus an AK. Sound has to hold it in together and runs away now. There is a defuse kit onto Christo, and he's gonna stick it. No way! He's gonna get the defuse! Oh my goodness, Sound! Didn't expect this to happen, so yeah, there you go. Just loses out the round. But at the very least, they do manage onto an eco round to find 4 frags and the bomb planted, so it's not that bad.
You wanted to break him, you did half, but now you gotta do the full by winning yourself some more. It looked very rough. The reset was good, the kills were decent as well. Then Sound moving away, you plant for the long side, but you're going all the way into Temple. Allowing a free defuse to come through from Christo. ex-Preasy allowed to get a second lifeline. For how long will that one be standing? As even their economy is still not that great. They can get reset fairly easily. by Nexus. For that, rounds need to be won, and so far they've been struggling to get those. Openings haven't been found, follow-ups haven't been there. The main side been struggling on this T side. Now it's up to BTN to choose what to do. They tried to peer pressure towards A little bit. Ursin will be flashed in to take some control, forcing Crystal off the angle. But there's still a triple B stack. You can see them pinching towards B, pinching towards middle. No one yet able to find a kill. And now it's up to BTN to choose. What side are you going for? What are you trying to do? And will your aim be at Bay to win out the stellar performance for ex-Preasy as of right now? They will re-aggress into B. Cello was ready, still is. Gets the kill. That is brilliant. That's a beginning you needed.
Yeah, but now that kind of forces out to rotate into the A side already. You can see Crystal trying to move away, but instead TMB calls it out, says no, stay there, because the bomb is most likely going to be there. BTN is going to be falling down as well, so no more IGLs on the server left him alive, and it is going to be Sound trying to get back onto Nico as well. AK trying to move up into middle, trying to take down Refresh on camera room, and it is going to be Sound again peeking on down, but they're not finding the skirmish just yet. Refresh plays it slowly in behind and waits for the enemy to peek into him. Ersin is going to fall, but now Raga comes around too. 3v2, make that a 3v1. Crystal, the last man standing, into heaven, and he is going to get spotted out here by Sound, trying to move away. It looked like he was about to find a frag, but he didn't pull the trigger, so now Nexus get to 11-9.
I thought Sound was going to be most certainly cleared, but I think Crystal was under so much pressure, wasn't checking the back anymore. Then Sound came from camera, easily getting the kill. And now, you've been able to break things. You got so close in that round, causing for the economy for ex-Preasy to be incredibly low. How do they respond? Forced back onto an eco, then they'll have a buy, but even then, their economy is still nowhere to be found. They have to eco now. Then they're gonna have to force buy up. They're gonna have to eco again if they lose that full buy up next. And then next is all of a sudden on 12-11 before they're gonna have another buy. So it really is a tough spot ex-Preasy has found themselves into. This is the chance Nexus get provided because they had the opportunity in the beginning. Now they shouldn't lose any of these rounds in a very bad fashion, right? This round against Pistols you should never be losing. Otherwise, it's also a good game for you. And we'll just go to a third map. Nexus is allowed to get themselves closer. Now they have to prove what they're worth.
Yeah, we'll see if Nexus can take it all the way, at least into 12. Preasy looking like they're desperate for the win as well. We went here on Ancient as well. We remember seeing, getting on over to that 11-12 scoreline that we didn't think we'd get to see. But now Crystal picks up the AK and he goes so aggressive with the rifle. Oh, USP should get a free one though. Nico, there you go. BTN is gonna fall down as well into a full USP round. Picking up 2 AKs here and still manage to find yourself 3 frags is also amazing. But you have to remember you're fighting Zello. And the bomb is left down towards rotation, so Nico, being the last man standing, is going to get double peeked if he goes in for the peek, that is. And there we go. 1-for-1 trade. Ursin stays alive here at the end.
I don't think you can be too happy about this round still, Nexus. I mean, you are gonna win it, but you played against USPs in the beginning. You're allowed to only stay alive with 1, which really is still gonna hit your economy. You lose 1, you're still broken down, and you might still be losing it all. This round is so important again for the side from Nexus. Imagine being alive with 4. You would have a little bit more cash to work with, and even if you lose this round, you can still make it go to overtime. Now it could just be a done deal. And with Cello almost losing his life in the beginning, that really doesn't help. Sound tries to equalize, but he hasn't. And so the man advantage is found by ex-Preasy.
Yeah, but 7 HP only onto Nico for now. It looks like Crystal's still going to be there onto the AWP for long, and Nexus are moving their way into this A site. Flash on over, Molotov down towards Pillar. It's going to be aggressive coming out here from FC, but he finds the double. Looking in for the MP9 as well. TMB is going to be able to find the trade. Raga, they're still back though. 2v3, left is standing inside of the A side. Post-plant situation and no defuse kits out here for either Borup or Christo. Can they hold it in together? Will they go in for the retake? Or is this a save going in for the next round? It's looking like it, you know. They have no money remaining. They lose this one. It's forced out. It's going to be 12 for Nexus, so they have to try. But Christo, oh, he's a dead man walking. Headshot connecting. Borup running away with a full kit of util to his belt. This is it. Jesse, we're moving into 11-11. We're back where we left off on Ancient.
Is it gonna happen the same way? Are Nexus gonna take it to 12 again?
And then lose it? I'm not too sure. Next round will be 2.4 thousand for ex-Preasy, so they're not going to have too much going for them. They have the op, but that's about it. We're gonna see. And you might be thinking, where's Ursin? Where's he stepping up? Gets a double. The most important kills in this game. Probably that double from him. In a 5 versus 4 disadvantage. You have to fight your way back, and he gets this 2-piece. Well done for Ursin. The youngster stepping up right when it's required for Nexus to do so. And 2-0 is in the cards here for Nexus. Playing up against the buy, because that's what Preasy is going for. MP9s on 3 of them. Famas out, Christo going for an AWP kill, but Zello wins it out. TMB wants to recover. He's been an AWPer once, so he can definitely maintain the AWP. But it's not in the hands of Christo, and it's him already dead on the ground.
Yeah, he can try at the very least. TMB running back towards middle, trying to find something there on Raga, but they're all down towards water. Right, they're trying to head on over to that B bomb site, and it is only going to be a single player down on Borup to try to deny. Not going to be looking easy for Borup. Let's just see if he can hold until cavalry re-arrives, or if Nexus are going to get a bomb planted down and a 12th round on the board. Trying to hold it in together. Smoke on down towards long. And Nexus, they're still taking their time. They're giving time away for Preasy to rotate here. Still 2 players in towards A long. And now here it comes. Flashes in an execution. TMB with the AWP ready to try to deny down onto Dark. He finds one of the Zello. Great frag. Already made. It's going to be Borup onto the second. Looking for the third. BTN is going to fall. I don't believe it here. Preasy managed to hold. And Nexus lose it all here as Raga is going to fall on down to 17. He's going to go down to 0 as well. Preasy connect on 12. And it's either overtime or Preasy take away Anubis.
Oh boy. Preasy with their backs against the wall, having MP9s. Famas and a 4 versus 5. This entry was where it all started off with, but going into B, and no one that finds this trade on Borup secures you the round. What a play from the Danes. And we might have a second overtime, or we might have ex-Preasy making us go all the way in the best of 3. Looking at the buy for Nexus, it won't be too good, so this is actually a chance ex-Preasy has now created.
Indeed it is. Looking down for it. Hero, AK on Sound, and BTN is all that we can look for here on Nexus' side. Actually, no need to try to save on this one, my brother. Just go in for any buy you can muster up. Even the full armor is going to be worth it here on that Glock. But instead, he's going in full armor and Tech 9 to try to rush it down. So, let's see how the last round of regulation is going to go. Is it either going to be 12-12 going into overtime again? Or is it going to be Preasy taking it home 13-11 and sending us over to the third map decider of Nuke? We're about to find out. Nico Gresham down towards middle in front of the smoke. He hasn't been seen just yet. Through the boost. Nico takes no damage. Sprays and prays but doesn't connect. Out into this one. Nexus. Holding it together. Just trying to keep it there. Raga looking in for a shot. Doesn't connect on Nico. Nico now good for 2. Looking in for the third. Doesn't get it. Zello could pick up the AK. It's going to be Sound on the hero AK to actually connect on 1. And now all that's left is Edison and Sound. And Bristow is not going to be connecting on a shot instead. It's going to be the 3v2 and now make it a 3v1.
Oh wow, Sound. 1 versus 3 for the man. Trying to maneuver his way around looking for TMB. That's 1. Sound might have something to say about this. Well, the players are rotating all the way around. It's Preasy that pushes A. And 1 setting up for B. Sound is going to try to check the flank. The bomb is still down all the way on that T-spawn. So he has to get this kill and then run for his damn life. But I don't think Borup is showing. And this is probably one of the last angles you're going to check. Such a weird off angle here on Cave. 20 seconds remaining. And Sound that will try. But he's going to fog into the cross. Borup! Oh boy. Looks around at the wrong time, but there's no chance to win this. We're going to go to the third map. Sound thought he had a chance to take 1 down on the B side, but no one is there. No one is at the bomb. No one is somewhere He's trying to spray, he's trying to pray, but praying will he do in the next map? Because we're going all the way. We're going to a third.
We are going to a third indeed. There we go.
Yeah, what a great performance here from the team. Nexus getting it done in the first map, but not in the second. And that means that we're going to have ourselves a short little bit of a break before we're going into that third map. Both map picks go the same way, going very close, very toe-to-toe. And now we're having one of the most strategical maps out there in Nuke to decide it all between these two stacks. It's going to be lots of fun. We'll see you soon. Be sure to be there because you don't want to miss that.
Tired of boring case openings? Do you always get only cheap skins? The Hellcase website has tons of options to upgrade your inventory. It's up to you to participate in giveaways, events, or compete with other players in opening cases. Hellcase, your world of expensive skins.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try Skin Place. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom, instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. Skin plays.
And welcome back everybody here to the decider map of the best of 3 in between Nexus over here alongside, well, what we just managed to see all here throughout today. It's been incredible coming out of ex-Preasy as well. They managed to take down their second map out here on over to Anubis, actually on almost the brink of overtime, right? 13 to 11. It was Sound there left in a 1v2 and he couldn't really do it at 9 HP. But overall, still very well played from either sides. Now, we go into a map which neither team really fully enjoy, let's per se, right? They've tried it, they've attempted it before, but they haven't really gone all the way before on over to Nuke. With a 40% win rate on both of these sides, we're going to be taking a look on down to see who's going to be able to actually stay inside of the CCT and who's going to be eliminated out here for the day.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm looking forward to it. I've also seen Nexus has a 3-map lose streak currently on that map of Nuke, so they will definitely not be too confident going there right now, considering they just had Anubis rather in their hands, in their palm of their hands, but couldn't find their way through. It was a really tough loss, and I feel like mainly the team of Nexus is gonna have that hit, whereas ex-Preasy got damn close, but we're again taking it. Now, they've already played the long games. They have the experience playing the long games as well, so it's not going to be about neither team having it necessarily working either in their favor or against them. Here's still the lineup. Within the middle, you see refresh picture, which is refresh, of course, the lineup for Nexus one more time with Sound playing an incredible day. Cello as well has had some good momentum with the AWP on Nuke. It's definitely required for both of those players to step up. But we'll first see who starts on which sides, of course. The knife round will be played when we're going to be into the game. So let's take a look at that one. Let's take a look at the map of Nuke. As we're moving in, we'll see that the side from ex-Preasy is on that CT side, whereas Nexus is going to start on T.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of info as to how this one's gonna go. Starting off here onto the CT side, Preasy should be pretty happy with them being able to be on disadvantage, right? Double dualies on the buy, though. It's going to be interesting to see how that's going to be off-putting maybe a little bit here for the side of Nexus. Starting out here into the T side, but they will be holding it down here, and they are moving in through ramp, already making so much leeway in towards the B site. Getting quite far across already. Nico in behind them. Slowly but surely peeking on in. And has a huge lurk around. BTN definitely won't check. Trigger discipline is here, and a knife kill to start off the third map decider. Look at that. Okay. That is going to be one out here onto BTN. Already so much cash in the bank for Nico. And the push on down towards the B side is going to happen. Let's see how many headshots we'll be able to find. TMB falls down to 17. Zello left holding by himself here. Will be finding one onto TMB. And now, double rotate around from double doors. One on Squeaky as well. Down on vents is going to be Bore up on the dualies. And overall, not looking easy for Nexus to try to plant away that bomb. Crystal falls in the end, though, coming in from window. It's going to be refreshed as well, trying to back away here. And from Squeaky, we've got ourselves one in the second. Raga and Zello still hold on to this one as Nexus bring it back from a 3v5.
Yeah, good start has been found, and Romanians really looking to be the real damage dealers in those type of rounds. I mean, they are usually able to find their way back into the rounds. I mean, I said that before as well on Anubis a bunch of times, which then went on to kind of be a fluke. At the moment, they are finding their footing inside of this game. Still at the top of the HUD. Also for our observer to note, Preasy still hasn't gotten their little blue stripe on top. 13-11, of course, that previous map of Anubis in the favor of Preasy, but it hasn't been updated in the HUD yet. We'll get that sorted out ASAP for you guys. But yeah, this was exactly what Nexus was looking for. Having to play against the Preasy side now on a bye. Winning this, and you're all of a sudden 3-0 up if you're Nexus, and that's a good grip, a good start here on Nuke.
It is indeed. Going on down towards it though. Let's figure out how this one's gonna be played on off. Because there is a scout there onto Cristo, there is the MP9 on Refresh, and the most important part, the A1S on Nico. So a bit of a strut out here outside. Preasy trying to have as many people as possible being together into this eco. As Nexus, they're playing it slow as well. I'm surprised by the pace that we do have out here on towards the Nexus side, and now they're pushing in towards ramp. It's gonna be Refreshed to try to find something. Big damage, but Raga now taken out. It is gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. Took a while, but in the end it does connect, and that nade is gonna be killing away BTN. Saw his life flash before his eyes.
Good.
As yeah.
Good entry points for the team of Preasy, of course. Utility also at bay. And Nexus that are trying to wrap their way through in towards B by the looks of things. TMB that has already rotated down, but will Nexus take long? I don't think there's much of a choice to go towards A anymore. You could walk back lobby, but that's going to take you so long, and TMB is going to spot out all the intel. Now he spots out all the intel nevertheless, but in a reverse way. By seeing all the players, rotations will be called upon, so Nexus got to start to hurry a little bit. The rotations have arrived. They cannot really go for a bomb plant yet, so Preasy just trying to deny this could be what makes it a big difference. I don't even know if Nexus is going to be allowed to plant the bomb. Zeller will fall with the bomb in his hand, and now you gotta worry. You gotta hurry, and you gotta worry about all the angles. You kill single door, you gotta run. No time. Nexus is saving, unless Borup is gonna die after time. No, he won't. Oh boy, what a mistake there from Nexus for taking so long, and I sure like the approach of going a little slower, but too slow, and you paid a price for it, apparently.
They paid a price for it indeed, and now we are going to be taking a look on down to round number 3. Forced by v forced by, and neither of the two are looking too good, aren't they, Jesse? Zello buying up half armor, and that Deagle. Everybody else around him with a little bit of their own. Into this one, it all comes down to who finds the first entries. To how aggressive Preasy are gonna be, how far away from their positions are they gonna be holding. One smoke drop down already. Checking in, Ursine is not gonna be able to find the first. Zello picks up the A1S and now tries to trade it back. Manages to do so indeed, but Cristo is still there ready to intake and manages to find one. Looking for the second, BTN is ready to hold. Raga coming in with the Deagle. Can he peek? Yes, he can! Good headshot. Coming out of Raga, connects on that one. Cristo, 26 HP on the MP9 as well. As he holds on down towards Secret, there's 2 SMGs waiting for the peak to happen, and Cristo holding down the angle. Wants to peek on in. Let's see him. Shub should be dead here. Yes, he will. BTN easily calls him off of the round. 45 seconds though, Nexus again. Taking it very, very slowly this time.
Yeah, just like we. Casting slowed down a little. Starting to build up the pressure. I felt Borup was gonna get that one, but certainly not. Raka too good, BTN seen with the bomb, so if TMV can take him down, there would be a chance, but Sound is with him. And although Nexus has lost that second round, or the second round rather, the third has been picked up. And that means Force Wars is going to continue. Preasy will respond with a Force on their own. If they lose it though, it could be a 4-1 for Nexus. And that is without having any full buy still played. This is a very good showing for the Romanians. Here comes the buy for Preasy. And we'll see what response will be happening for them regarding this situation. Nexus knows that they're going to be buying up. Nexus knows they're going to have pistol armor. So sticking together as a pack, not allowing for the Deagles to do too much, but I would say also heavily focusing on an outside pressure would be the name of the game right here.
Would be indeed. We'll see. Preasy can pull off another miracle round like they did before. The Seco round, it's looking like a bit of a half investment. Even with the upgraded pistols, they don't really have a lot of cash to hold on to the next round. So Nexus, the more they stay alive here, the easier it's going to get further down the line. And honestly, on Nuke, usually economy, I wouldn't really say is the name of the game, right? Because you can enter up at least into the A site with most weapons. But needing a little bit of util there is at least a necessity. So it's very important for Preasy to at least manage to find a kill or two here and there. Again, you said it perfectly. Our casting pace is going to have to be slowed as well alongside Preasy and Nexus. Because there's only 20 seconds remaining, and now we're going to be picking up the pace. BTN shut on down Borup. Good headshot onto one. Looking for the second. Spams away on the Deagle. Finds the third even Borup. And there we go. Hand cannon connects, but it's going to be Epson as well. Looking in for even more. 4 bullets left in the mag. Needs to reload, but needs to plant away that bomb as well. AK picked up, and it looks to be the push on down. Christo does not deny the bomb plant. Oh, this is exactly what was supposed to happen in the first best of 3, if you remember, Jesse. He held it down, he kept it up, and now the CZ coming in from Refresh finds the 1v2, connects on the clutch, and we'll be able to find the bomb defuse as well for Preasy to get to the second round and actually connect on that eco buy.
Force Wars continues. It's a common thing with both teams having Armored Eagle, but able to make it happen. Now with the plant for Nexus, they could go for a buy again. They might be going for it as well. But yeah, the Deagles are sometimes better than the AKs are, mainly on close range and mainly just having that freedom to move around. You could have denied the bomb, didn't do so. But then Refresh came out victorious here with the CZ. Not my cup of tea necessarily, that weapon, but he can, in the hands of a pro, it is definitely manageable. We're seeing a technical timeout coming out because TMB has left the server. Now that he's joined back, we'll see how much there is for him to pick up here, as he's gonna have that buy coming next. For the side of Nexus though, as I said, they're going for a buy again, but limited util on anybody, so this will be up to BTN to kind of give the calls to do it with the 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and 1 molly that they have. It's not a lot, so you're gonna have to be a little creative.
We will have to be a little bit creative indeed. Coming in for this one. Round number 5. AWP onto Christo. Zello is on the scout, so he's going to try to match him. It'll be interesting to see how he's going to be attempting that, actually. But on through it. We will be seeing the push outside at the very least, so Christo should be happy trying to take them off one by one. Raga will be the first victim, looking in for the second. Damage to the wall there. Christo takes himself down to 28 as Christo connects on sound as well. Zello finally trades him out. Looking in for the second. Zello, great on the scout, will be found by Borup. And now all that's left is going to be Ursin, but Nico down to 2 HP only. And Ursin coming out here from ramp.
And Nico has a good angle.
Well, it might be, but Nico's checking it. There you go, Nico finds him. Big damage. Ursin still stays alive, doesn't know where he's being shot from. So he's running away, trying to peek back in. Does find the frag. Good enough, a minute left on the clock, could still try something here. Goes into heaven, imagine he finds TMB here.
Looks on over. Oh, TMB is not jiggling. He wanted to. Now he's swinging in with the Deagle. Gonna spot him out. I think he has a secondary for a USP, to be honest. Not the Deagle that he wanted, or that I mentioned. Borup is gonna put the nail in the coffin. TMB didn't want to fight, because he knew that was gonna be a very, very harsh fight to take. Wouldn't be coming out of that one alive. So choosing to stay alive over losing his life and trying to play the hero role. Well played here in the early round. Of course, Cello got a double trade back, but no chance ultimately. Preasy back in the lead.
Indeed, they are. Not a huge lead, though. 3-2. We've barely just started out Nuke here. But on down to the eco. We shouldn't be really expecting anything coming out of this round. should be 4-2 here with a bit of a bigger advantage. MP9 looking in for frags, and it is going to be 2 on refresh. Looking in for the third. Can he find him? Yes, he can. Okay, that is an extra 1.8k in the bank out here for the MP9. And they'll be happy to be bumping up the loss bonus counter there for Nexus as they're picking up round after round.
Yeah, I mean, it is loss bonus, surely, for the side from Nexus that is building up, but with the SMGs doing the work, doing the talking, you have some more cash for the CTs to work with, and that CT economy is slowly starting to add up, so Nexus really need to stop ex-Preasy in their tracks, otherwise they will be walking away with this game as well on the CT side. Don't know how ex-Preasy will be on that T side, but they seem to have not really too much issues on both Anubis and Ancient on that T side as well, so starting to get potentially a little bit worried for the side from Nexus that things go continuously like they are right now. Borup in a very advanced position. Sound isn't going to check. Going to lose his life. Entry found for the side from ex-Preasy. And Nexus that are left to choose which side to opt. Harrison will move his way in. Well, he's up close. He's trying to run his way out. TMB is a sitting duck. Good kill for Harrison. Will be traded. Borup finally getting his numbers at bay. And with a 4 versus 3, this round still looking very possible for ex-Preasy. Not if Borup falls like that. Falls like a fly. And Nico that tries to do the heroes through the smoke will not be rewarded. No one will for ex-Preasy. Nexus is ready. And they're the ones to take ex-Preasy away. ex-Preasy try to get their way back into the side, but there's no chance. Nexus is very composed and ready for all the advances ex-Preasy tried to accomplish.
Indeed so, Christo saving away on the op. It's going to be good for the next few rounds, but still Nexus should be taking away the limelight here. If they're able to save away all of these 3 weapons, which they should, again, Christo just staying inside of CT spawn, then they'll be moving into the next round with a goodbye. They'll be able to drop away to Sound and Usin, and we'll have ourselves yet another round where Nexus will try to take it on over. But yet again, Jesse, you have to remember, back towards the first map of Ancient, we got to see Zello holding down to an AWP single alone, with everybody else on his team with nothing, and he was still able to win the round, right? So maybe something akin to that is going to happen here to Christo as well. Who knows?
Yeah, true that. And maybe for Zello as well on that CT side, looking into the future a little. Therefore, going a little bit too aggressive. No one there to help. He's on the hut. Doesn't see anything. Sure, you want to find some intel, but going too far and losing your life so easily, it's really not the play, I feel like. Things happened. The final buy in the half will come, or the final buy before Preasy is going to be forced to, an eco will come in now. This is the chance they have to prove themselves, and the op gallery here on outside is definitely where Christo will try to use to his advantage. Hearing BTN cross most likely, he's already into secret. TMB has rotated down into the smoke. He will stop the advances that BTN was trying to accomplish. Forced back out. And Nexus will soon follow. They all cross their way through. Nico did not see them cross, but all of them have. And he's going to call out no one having crossed, I think. But in fact, everyone has crossed from the team of Nexus. And TMB will be faced with a very, very unknown surprise. He's expecting just one. Well, he's going to be faced with a bunch more. Lobby is so soon called clear. So there should be a second rotation or something coming out. You should start making ways over towards either Lobby or towards Rem. You get a kill if you're Ursin. That's the setup towards the B side. Rotation from Christo comes through, but everybody from ex-Preasy is getting chipped away. TMB has no footers left so soon. Going to be facing death. Well played for Nexus to not show themselves going down into secret. And now a double man advantage is found.
Double man advantage indeed, but look at Raga and Ersin, right? 9 HP and 32 remaining out here for the Romanians on the rifles. BTN has to call something out. It's going to be the A-bomb plant and ex-Preasy. Are they going in for this save? I think they might be. Again, economy is not looking good. Zello coming in from outside by me having a meeting with Fate out there with Borup. It's not going to happen indeed. Yeah, Refresh is running away. This is going to be a safe call being made out here by Preasy. Nexus get themselves up to 4. And Muke is going to get even closer than the other 2 matches already were. And we ended off on 16-14 and 13-11. So I don't know how much closer we can even get.
The smoke fade wasn't really worth it for Nico. He had a lot to do, yet he didn't prove himself too much. Refresh. Still able to take 2 with the up, but then losing your life just like that is definitely not going to help. Force back to an eco, so every gun that you would have had was going to be worth it. Causing for ex-Preasy's money to be in the bin. And no real chances for them to stabilize here, I feel like. Yeah, that flank from Nico. If he went into secret with it, it would have been able to be worked out. You could go back, but you're not just gonna chase them in secret with no intel, with no sound. You're not just gonna do it. TMB is already down B, so it would be a very, very ballsy move to do.
It would have been the best move if we look back at it now.
But it wasn't meant to be. 4-4, game is all tied, but Nexus facing Eco from ex-Preasy. Next should have the chance to find their 5th. Raga this time around tries running down. Chris too. Great on the chase and picks up an AK with it. Now they have outside control, so Nexus chooses to go ramp. No one checking the boost, causing Borup to line up 2 with the M4. Refresh, nothing more, just a dink. But that dink can bring them victory.
There we go. Could very well bring them the victory at the same time. It could still be the round out here for Nexus. All depends on Zello, basically. Looking out for it. Peek on down from Zello. Will he be picking up the AK or not? Already has the bomb. They swap out weapons, so yeah, there you go. Edson will be holding down to the scope. This is also the first time I think I'm seeing Edson on the scope. Nightwish in hand, Christo can definitely shut this one down. And there we go, that's gonna be Erson taken on down. All that stuff is gonna be Zello coming in from Squeaky, and he manages to take down Christo. In from Rafters, sorry, not Squeaky. Post-spawn situation. 1v2 out here, both of them coming in from Ram. Can he check them both at the same time? Nico making noise, pushing up through to Rafters. It's gonna be the second player as well, so now he knows Zello needs to check. That's gonna be one, looking in for the second. Knows that TMP is there, and looking in, runs out of bullets. Finds the last taps, and manages to win out the clutch. Nexus have got themselves the man of the match. 1v3 clutch. Zello brings it home.
Oh wow, this must be a bitter pill to swallow if you are the team of ex-Preasy. Getting so damn close, a pistol buy that build out into a possibility. You get such a good advantage here. At some point it was a 5 versus 2. But in the end, Zello that wins the 1 versus 3. His final few bullets that he had in fact left made it work, made it happen. And so, we're having a 5th here for the side from Nexus. A good opening towards outside in BTN. One more round and you're once again resetting Preasy, so getting yourself to 6 would be wonderful. The team of Nexus mullied out in the open. Borup forces his way back. He's on the bomb. He's on the top of the side trying to find himself a second. He's looking for BTN as well.
Oh.
Borup is the man. And you might be Zello in a clutch. You're also going to be Borup in a side hold. What a play from him. And ex-Preasy that profit from it all day long.
Yeah, they will. There you have it. Preasy coming back into the game here, 5-5. Nexus, penultimate round of the first half, and they have to eco this one out. Zello and BTN perhaps can go for Mac 10s or even Galils. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, the Galil does the exact same amount of damage as an M4A4. So, wouldn't be half bad as a rifle. But, coming down to it, I think they might just want to save it away for an AK into the next round, into the last round. But no, a hero AK coming out of Zello. He wants to buy it this time around, and BTN as well. They're forcing out into this one. Jesse, the attack will pause. I think rather than helping them, it is going to be making them take a gamble.
Yeah. I mean, it's somewhat worth it, I guess. $1,900. You're looking at what you could get in that final round. Instead of now, keeping the economy pretty low from ex-Preasy. If you can win out this one. Oh, Christo leaving the server, so that's going to get reset. That is unfortunate, because Nexus was fully ready to do the execute. Now they can still talk about how they want to approach it going forward. They're going to do the exact same buy most likely. As, of course, as we said,
they can get nothing going for them if they lose this round. If you win it against the side from Preasy, they
will be on a weaker weapon buy in the final one. So you can take 2, or you can take 2 chances to win at least 1, instead of having only 1 chance to win it. So I guess it's worth it for the side from Nexus. The flip side of the coin is, of course, that you're gonna have 2 attempts into winning, which is still gonna be a little less organized due to the fact that you're going to have a lot of pistols going for you, instead of that 1 full buy that you would have had. But Nexus is cool enough to know what they're gonna do. And going fast is one thing that they haven't really done so just yet. So it would be a switch of a face that is actually going to be surprising ex-Preasy most likely.
Yeah, it's them going for 2 bad full force buys rather than for 1 good full buy, right? So they're trying to make their attempt as good as possible throughout all the rounds they've got remaining. But once Christo comes back, it's up to Preasy as well to see how they can deny the rounds, right? Because they've got a complete full buy. They don't have to worry about anything when it comes down to economics or to the usual firepower that they've got going into the round. All they need to worry about is when they're sending people on over to whichever sites, right? Because they have to deny Nexus, and so far, as you mentioned, they haven't really been going that aggressive. We've been seeing some very slow plays in the first half, and that is going to continue out here for Nuke. But I just wonder for how long is it going to continue.
Yeah, we get confirmation. Chris2 timed out. Still, probably also no reaction from the others from ex-Preasy, knowing that we don't know the reason. Oh, he's back. He's back again, so the round will get restarted most likely. The money will get back. Great contact, of course, with the admins to get it instantly sorted. And now we'll have the full buy that we were talking about before.
Against the weaker weapon buy for Nexus. We're seeing some of the highlights roll by from the first and second half. Nexus taking a good grip and lost it all due to this round. And I kind of, from that point onwards, ex-Preasy is leaning in from those rounds in particular. If they didn't win that particular one, it would have been a whole different story.
That's the whole reason they're still hanging on, I feel like.
We'll see for how long they can hold on, though. Again, the half is very important, but Nexus managed to at least find themselves on 5 here. It's going to be really important moving into the CD side of this nuke. If they can find even more, that's going to be even better. But for now, this is how things are going to be looking. Zello struggling to get up onto the silo. Come on, Zello. You can do it. Everyone on your team is watching. Come on, Zello. And he got up. There we go. The other side, but there we have it. Round number 11. Started off a little bit slowly, but all good on that. Zello, you did not go through all that trouble just to get taken down by DWP. So there you go. Nico completely cleans up house outside. Ersin gets into secret and now takes down Nico as well on the Tech 9. Would you look at that? Well played coming out of Ersin. Zello trying to shut down the op as well. Maybe pick it up for himself. Needs to move in a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
But overall, yeah, Preasy, they're just moving around right now, and Zello's so quick on the AK. He can pick up the AWP now if he wants to, but it looks like Ersin on low HP is gonna go for it instead. Good call, but I mean, for now, Zello is still looking great on the aim, so I'm not even gonna worry that he's on the AK.
Around, taken away. Borup with a 1-for-1. You know where Borup is. Borup's gonna see the head there of Ersin, who has not necessarily been able to find most of the success there with the big green, although gonna walk right into the hands of TMB to do something. No kill found. Now pulling out the AWP to peek onto Borup. Ooh, a missed shot.
Ooh.
That is so unfortunate. Gonna have a second chance while Cello is walking up to get the kill.
Ooh.
Okay. This round is all of a sudden turned into a possibility, with Borup knowing where he's coming from. Gonna run into main, trying to spray through the smoke. This round's become doable for Nexus. The double force buy they were previously talking about, one of them might as well be won. Borup is waiting for the smoke to fade, has no flash to run his way in. Trying to find some util towards outside, but with nothing. Might be going for a save here for the final round. Nexus has done it.
Wow, wow, wow. There you go. My goodness, Borup. couldn't really go into the side like that. He knew that he was going to die if he pushes in through the smoke, so that smoke at the last second completely saved Nexus and takes them over to 6-5, at least securing 6 rounds to the half, which is going to be great here for their T side and going to be even better for their CT side. And I don't believe it. Zero doesn't die here from the bomb, so he keeps away an AK and the AWP for the next round. This is looking amazing for the T side overall.
Good stuff shown. Although, still one more round to play. Weaker weapons on the side from ex-Preasy is pretty much the name of the game. Limited youth on some of the players. I do really like the approach. I think it was Nico going for it on outside. He threw a molly there towards the glaive box, causing the smoke to have a gap. It wasn't a mistro from Nexus. No, it was the smoke getting mollied away, so it forced it out in the open, causing for the team of Nexus to have no free path to it. But apparently, even that entry point didn't make any sense, as Nexus still crawled their way back. It was very, very rough build once more for the Danes to swallow here on the CT side. They've lost some of that prowess from what we saw on the map of Anubis. Good stuff though to start things off. Ursin easily getting himself an opener. BTN tries working his way through outside. A lot of solo fights are being taken, and even Sound with the bomb going in first. That is not the way you want things to go if you're Nexus. Now you have to recover it, which is very tough when the bomb is out in the open and all the players from ex-Preasy are waiting on outside.
They are waiting indeed, but we do also have Nexus staying in together here. TMB trying to peek on in. It's going to be Zello to fall down first. Not a trade there yet still, though. Ursin trying to push up into the A side. Already has gone here. Needs to check down towards Hut as well. Didn't even clear Hut here, so he doesn't really know where the enemies are coming in from. It's gonna be one on Squeaky. Raga, great on one. Will be traded out though surely here. Refresh, easy on the headshot. Gets it, and now Ersin left in a 1v3. No way he gets through this, so there you have it. 6-6. Nexus do manage to win 1 out of the 2 force buys that they put themselves on their minds on. And now the half is over. It's done. It's close here, Jesse. And we're going to be moving into the second pistol round of this nuke, and the last pistol round overall that we are going to get to see out of this best of 3. Who's going to be able to take it down last? Well, we're about to find out here as we swap the sides.
See how things will be. No overtime pistol, so we're gonna see that pistol this time around. It's gonna be either the reset, Nexus getting things going here on the CT sides, or ex-Preasy instantly doing so. Nexus, I gotta say, they picked up the pistol, they found that follow-up. ex-Preasy found their way back in by the way they played, but it was Nexus to pick up the pistol in the first half. So there's a thing to say about both. Nexus having the profit from getting the pistol, or Preasy winning some lucky rounds in the beginning, where they're sailing away towards victory from. We're gonna see how it will be, though, in this particular round, all dropping down. I think that was also the bomb crossing, so they're gonna cross their way through, try to open the single door. What already arrived is Cello. Ursin gets a bullet in his face, so does Cello. Dropped away by Refresh. TMB has taken A in the meantime. You gotta be careful about Sound crossing his way through. Now you can walk your way up if you want to. Nico is trying to get the kills, while he's not able to do so. It's still Refresh left towards B. Seeing none of them rotate out. Should call out that A side is pretty clear. BTN though. Different ID, different plans. Christy with the flank. Everybody from ex-Preasy is fighting. Yet one concerned thing is TMB still on B. You allowed to get them 12 around, but TMB is still in the 1v2. Got a dink on Raka, got some taps on BTN.
Wow.
Jiggling around the box, gets the kill, looking for one more. Oh, it's TMB with the clutch. He does it. The ITL step it up right when it's required for ex-Preasy to come out victorious.
That was such a goofy 1v2 clutch. Look at this. He just goes left, right, and now he pushes and he wins them both. He finds the frags exactly when it was needed out here for Preasy. They went out the pistol out of all rounds, and now they've got a way back into the game. The thing I'm most surprised about is the fact that from Nexus's side, Sound is only down to 4 and 11 on the kills. He was playing so well in the first 2 maps, that was crazy. He was carrying basically, and now they're struggling. Ersin is picking up the slack after him, right? He finds one onto Bora up here. He's gonna be looking in for
for more if he even can actually find that. He can't, but he did try. Deagle onto Zello, will be going in for it, connects onto one, and the second Zello, that's insane! Oh my goodness, the Opper going in crazy on the hand cannon, looking in for more. Can Zello find the third? He's looking for it, of course he can! This is Zello we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, and from a round no one thought was possible on the full eco. Here TMB is the last man standing to try to deny. And he's gonna go down to 38, and surely to the round loss as well. No way do Nexus somehow pick up this round.
And that is the start. That is the grip that you wanted your team to be in. You lose the pistol, but there's still a Zello.
Oh, look at that.
We were wondering when he would return. In Nexus, beginning of the time, he wasn't playing his best of Counter-Strike, but now, as soon as things are required for him to do, he stepped up right when he's needed to. 15 in 8, and now the opt-out in round 3. Having a chance to show. And ex-Preasy, that will be forced to play the Force Wars once more. They will have a Force buy, that's fine. But if you lose this round, you lose 2 in a row. And Nexus has the grip firm on you.
This is the chance created. Zello is on 2 KD at the moment, while players are down for ex-Preasy on towards the B side. Raga, second doubting himself there for a moment, as he saw them running down or heard them going for a little secret play. You might allow the B plant from coming in, as Urson is the only one there getting chipped away. That is a chance to secure the bomb plant. Zello isn't gonna do so, but he has a deagle, and that's a dangerous weapon!
Oh!
Once more, right in, and once more, the hand cannon does the work. Nexus does the talking with shooting, or ex-Preasy still punching the digits.
That is insane. Zello again, back to back on that deagle. It wasn't even the op planning so much. Sure, he found the first initial frag down there onto Borup outside. But then he shots off 2 like that with the deagle? My goodness. This is incredible coming out of Zello. Top form, 18 to 8. Now look at this. He spams on the first one, but then immediately connects on the headshot. That didn't even look like it was aimed for onto Nico. But he is 18 and 8 overall. So Nexus, they are doing an amazing job of shutting these guys down. And now, Preasy on another eco. This could be 9 inferior for Nexus.
Nexus, that was the sort of confirmation, right? Winning out the Force Wars, forcing Preasy to have the first eco of the game. As we will start to see, or the first eco of the half, I would have to say. Giving them a little bit more time to set up for round 17 in Nexus. See how many kills ex-Preasy can get to keep the economy low for Nexus, but all in all, a round that shouldn't be too hard for Nexus to pick up. Swing towards outside, Sound betting the stats a little, as he's required to do so for the team. Zello and Ramp going unknown, so an easy clean in here towards outside, cleansing them up. 5 players surviving, and the CT economy currently as good as the T economy once was for themselves, allowing for ex-Preasy to have a very rough time to come back into this game. You have to win full buys, but you have to win them consecutively.
Yeah, for now, Nexus is only thinking about getting to double digits, honestly. The economy coming in behind it is just a big bonus. Preasy, on the other hand, they have to go in for this full buy, and if they don't manage to pick this one up, then Nexus are getting themselves very close to map point. Bristow trying to play up aggressive in towards Silo. It is going to be the peek outside. BTN spotted and shut down immediately. There we go. Trade down from Zello though again, and finally Zello shut down.
Yeah, he was on 8 deaths for a long time. Now make that 9. Good kill, good trade. Going a little aggressive with no one really checking towards the Silo. Did not suspect the op to be there all of a sudden. Apparently Zello faced with a dangerous thought. Going for some lobby control is Nexus. Refresh is not checking his back. Well, he's taking control over Ramp. It will be Ursin to be asked upon. He's going to have to step up himself on that B site. Needs a 2-piece at least. Well, Raja is going to have an ID on Ramp. That's Refresh falling. But with him seeing the wraparound towards B, he can call this out. No one is on under heaven. So why don't you go to B? Because ex-Preasy is going back up. They've had enough of the B site. Nico will be sent down, but Sound is going to be aware of A. It's a whole chessboard here. Everybody trying to get the best. It's thought after thought tune in. A battle of
BTN is
thoughts.
the Grandmaster.
But where are you going? Nico will fall. And now you know no one is going B. Rotate up A. Sound is going to be aware.
He's gonna be very well. Cristo doesn't drop back down. He still has the AWP to play down in towards heaven there, but he's gonna fall. Sound through the Molotov gets one in the second. Sound wins the round, and BTN, the chess grandmaster here, manages to outbrain the whole of Preasy as they jump into the side. They try to play it out, and his pieces are perfect when it comes down to winning these engages, these duels, all the rounds needed. Everything is going perfect for Nexus, and look at the amount of cash they have. Look at the way that they're going through these rounds, the momentum they've got. This is amazing on to Nexus.
It certainly turned into a game of cat and mouse, where first ex-Preasy was the cat chasing the mouse in Nexus, having to play their way around. But this kill is so huge. You take down Nico, you have so much intel, and then Nexus all of a sudden turning into the cat chasing the mouse on the A side. One found on heaven, the other one planting. Still a buy for ex-Preasy, but Nexus economy, Nexus money, Nexus rounds are starting to build up.
Yeah, they are. Forced buy on out here from Preasy. They don't win this one, they're out of the game basically. Nico already in the secret. BTN don't think he knows it, and yeah, he definitely doesn't know it now. Sound looking in for something to deal with. Heard the smoke behind him, got scared, and now the push comes on over here. TMB on the double already. Moving on through here. AWP coming in from heaven. Zello connects on a good shot, but doesn't really matter you're by yourself. With you, Urson. And finally, yeah, and in the round as well, forcing the save away here. Did Preasy going for the hunt? No reason to right here. But I would have thought next with Zillow and Erson here without the retake. We got so much time to spare. Leave holding on to weapon.
Yeah, they know the gap is closed. They know that they have to fight for every H. You got money, but giving away that op is also dangerous. You don't want that in the hands of Cristo. He's had the opener onto Xello before. Sticking to an AK and an op seems like the best of options here for the team of Nexus. Let's see what 10-8 in round 19 the team of Preasy can do. They need to win rounds. That's at least what's going to be happening. They won't be caring about any sort of economy. Sure, they want to look at that. Sure, they want to break the economy for Nexus. But for them, only one side is here. They need to win 5 in a row to win it out. They can lose a few, but they have to win 5 in order to conclude this matchup. No op on Cristo. Zello has some free space to move. And some free control towards outside, but he's going ramp once more. Never mind. He's going up towards the A side with the op, watching for a HUD play. Preasy might want to accelerate. They're doing so towards outside, and Nico trying to wrap their way through. The op would have been holding. BTN still want to trade away on Raja in the end. So a beautiful kill will be found. TMB seen crossing back. And now, ramp to be the main point of focus. Preasy has tried outside. They're going for ramp this time. Urson is here. I think Zello is going to rotate around with the op, so might be able to find himself a little freebie here towards the under heaven. Refresh will check. Chasing him down. Molly burning him almost to a crisp. Refresh falling short. The op from Zello did first. But then, the man himself falling down. Great trades from Nexus, making it possible for them to win this round. Although Sound, I wouldn't want to go fishing in that occasion. Doesn't want to drop down and saves his life from being non-existent anymore. Borup, a little bit of a peek towards outside. Has some ID with Sound checking back and forth. Now trying to chase. A game of cat and mouse once more. With Borup wanting to be the upper hand right here. Making noise will be Sound. Borup now the one on top. They switch positions. While Urson is still on B. Borup is also checking. He has heard the sound from somewhere. But doesn't really know. Wants to get this kill. Wants to find the one-on-one. But they cannot find each other. Now Sound is moving to outside. This is played perfectly in the hands. Well, for now, Borup is the one getting the bomb plant. Sound is trying to chase. Needs to win this one-on-one. And he's going to do so. Borup tried to chase. Tried to find. At the intel over the player of Sound. But he played it one very, very well.
Very well indeed. 11 to 8 though. Nexus are only 2 away. Getting it all off and sending themselves into the 1 and 2 between them the CCT.
11 to 8. Nexus, yeah, as you said, looking pretty stellar in this matchup at the moment. Winner will have that secured. Winner will be moving forward. ex-Preasy, they lost the organization. Still a group of people that are playing together. Let's hope they can build back up and get to an organization as well. Otherwise, free agents, free for pickings. All players with good talents. But will it be working together? For now, they're still keeping themselves into this one with a 5 versus 4 advantage for ex-Preasy. It is looking like one that is workable. Ursin is trying to wrap his way through from heaven. I think Nexus is saving this one. Unless BTN gets this kill, maybe there's a chance. Now 4 versus 4. Flash are coming through. They're trying to get their way in. They're not allowed. Oh boy. Nexus losing crucial fights, losing crucial rounds now as well. This was one where they could shut ex-Preasy down with. Yet now Cello is going to lose his life in the end, causing for the side from ex-Preasy to not only find an op, not only find a round, but beating the economy for Nexus down a little bit. They're chipping it away.
And here we go, round number 21, Preasy trying to bring it back slowly here. It will be full one.
We'll see though with that 9 to 11 scoreline now. It is the build back up for ex-Preasy. It's the build back up from the Danes. That economy from Nexus could become a problem. Ooh, refresh throwing up a nade. Ursin might not be ready. The nade is good for the CTs itself, but just a response. Cello with a second. The Yopper once more doing the dirty work. The Romanians could win this one with this round going their way. Cello with the third shuts down the ramp aggression. Player has dropped down, might be hurt. TMB planting on B. Or is he moving back up? The chase from Raka needs to win out this fight. Won't do so. TMB still has the bomb on his back. Might move back up. Once again, it's a game of chase. A game of tag with a minute left on the clock. TMB expecting him to be close vent. That's not the case. Sound is still in the doorway. With the door blown open, the smoke still up. Sound is not chasing. Bomb will go down. One from heaven. Second joining him. When is Nico gonna be suspecting it? He is now. Cello that is trying to get up. Needs a no-scope on the ladder. He's been good on these no-scopes. Is good on these fights. But this time around it will be a rough fight to take. Sound will die. No chance to get your way in. And the Danes will win it. Now the economy is broken for Nexus. And what do you do now? To it that could be found. That's coming interesting. Minutes left on the clock with all control ex-Preasy have. Moving their way through from the secret.
7 should be found by ex-Preasy. 2 more to go to complete his comeback. CT side of Nuke, and we see how much troubles Nexus usually has on these sides. This is the reason why we're saying it most of the time. This is the reason why I called it out in the beginning. Nexus is definitely a little bit weaker on that CT side when it comes to it. You do have Cello doing a lot of good work, but his team will have to follow. His team will have to react, while they're not doing so just yet. In 23, we have to start seeing how much further this can be taken. Outside for ex-Preasy. Will be challenged in 8 behind the red box. Execute. That is thrown in. It's a bit of room. Let's see how much more they can find.
Okay. Let's check it out. Let's see. Number 23. They're on the first though. Still outside, still peeking on in. It will be the first kill being made out here from BTN. Sound finds another one as well. Sound still checking in for more here. .3v5. Christo still checking outside. Urson should be able to find one. There we go. And a 2v5.
Chances. Oh, TMB dropping down right in the hands of Sound. He wanted to go Africa. Finding it. Refresh left in a 1 versus 5. Is Nexus still gonna be the first one on that point? Or what do we see? What do they have cooking, and what does ex-Preasy still have going for them? Staying alive with 5 is a must. Getting every nut and cranny you can. Usually you want to clear every spot. This time you want to get as many players alive as possible to have the buy.
Okay.
You sure do. 4 is still enough to get a full buy on every single person. And now ex-Preasy will have to respond.
Double op setup out here for Nexus though. Looking amazing. Preasy on the other hand do have Crystal as well on the AWP. Full buy on either side, and they're ready to go out here for regulations. Is it going to be 13 to 11 just like Anubis, or is this going to be overtime yet again? Moving on down to it. 25 frags on Zello. He's been playing such an incredible game so far. But now it's up to the true test. Let's see. Zello outside, checking on in, find the first. Can he find the second as well? As a refresh trades it back onto Sound. BTN is gonna fall down as well from a 4v5. Already the T side of Preasy made it down to a 3v4. Nico down to half HP. Borup taking a little bit of shots as well. Going into the B side, it is going to be up to Mr. Urson on the op to try to deny, but he's not in a good spot for the AWP here. And Raga in behind, tried to flank Nico, ready for it though. Nico, great awareness, and it's only the AWPs remaining. TMB fighting that one too, and Jesse, I think we're going on over to overtime, because Urson is the last man standing, and he hasn't connected on the first shot, so how many more can you really get?
Oh boy. Fighting for longer than 3 hours these teams are to still not be decided. ex-Preasy, they'll be moving us to overtime. A good start in this round was there for Nexus, but no cigar in the end. And we're gonna have another at least 4 rounds on this map of Nuke. It's been good. It's been good Counter-Strike. Ultimately, Cello that has had the main aggression, that's gotten the main man of focus with 26 kills. But it wasn't enough to win it out just yet.
Okay. Overtime started on up here. They're not playing the double offset anymore. Not like one AWP mattered there at the end in the last round either way. So we go into round number 25 with a fast B push coming out here from Borup. Already a bomb plant and the whole B site completely empty. The CTs, excuse me, not trying to deny. And there we go, 4v4. Will they retake? I mean, they have to, right? It's overtime. You're not losing out on anything. You have more than enough cash. BTN falling down outside. Zello trying to go for it. They're all coming in from ramp.
Having a shot. And a chance. Here comes the flash. Here comes the play. Ready and waiting is the side from ex-Preasy. No chance to get your way back in. You might be able to find a no-scope, but that's all she wrote. The round gets won by ex-Preasy, and they'll be the ones starting the overtime off in a good fashion. That's the way you're doing it. That is a good look for ex-Preasy.
Really good indeed. 13-12 is a great start, but will we end off on this overtime, or will we get to see even more, honestly? This whole best of 3 has already gone the whole way, right? On the first map, 16-14. On the second, 13-11. And then now, we go into overtime again. So close for Nexus versus Preasy. And it is an elimination game, right? So we get it. They're fighting long and hard for this. Nico spotted out one already on the spray down. Shuts out BTN. Good advantage here at the beginning. Zello trying to peek on out here. Could be finding another. Down onto the player at hell here. It's gonna be Ersin.
Slow and steady. Jumping up, getting the kill on TMB.
3 versus 3. Exactly what you would think would happen here, Nexus. Great flank coming through. Refresh still on top of lobby. Such a tough spot here to be in. Where does ex-Preasy go at this point? I think it's main. With Ursin being there and anti-Mustang position. Sound that's going to join forces with him on A, but turns his back to Refresh. Ursin required to step up. They will have to check Mustang, which are not doing so. Now they will, but it cost them one of their lives. Raka will try to run up from vent, but Nico is aware. Nico has him lined up, now needs to plant the bomb. They know where he's coming from. Raka's going to swing. Still isolating one of the fights. Now needing a second. The A4 still up for play, but Refresh to close it out. He wins the round and gets the second in overtime on the board for ex-Preasy.
There we go, 2 in a row. Preasy getting closer and closer to the end of this nuke. They managed to do it as well onto the T side. So now, looking out to it, it is going to be Nexus trying to hold it in together. Can they bring it back? Can they manage to somehow find themselves over to 14-14 or at least 15 on the board here? They need 3 in a row. That's not that damn easy. For now, Preasy, they're getting absolutely wiped by Ersin, but it is going to be a fast trade out. Half HP onto TMB, 33 onto Crystal from the Molotov damage. Outside. So trying to hold MP9 into the hands of BTN. He falls, and so does Raga. Nico. Great there on the AK. Sprays them down, mows them out, and Crystal gets another as well. All that's left is Zello, and even though he's done it before, this man, it's a 1v4. And everybody's so far away from him.
What can you do now? Zello has been the hero before, but a 1 versus 4 in these dire stages. The T side, for God's sake, here on Nuke. That is going to be flawless for ex-Preasy. How has this one slipped out of the hands from Nexus? They had the shot to do it on Anubis. Didn't do it. On Nuke they had the chance. And now they have to win 3 in a row to keep themselves in.
This is not the Nexus I wanted to see. Prior to this event, I thought they had chances to get out pretty easily. And now they're fighting for elimination with still nothing that they have left. 3 in a row to even keep you in.
Yeah, I mean, what can I even say anymore? Sound had insane games up until now. BTN had great calls. Edison had his moments too. And Zello, he's 28 and 17. This map, he went insane playing by himself here, but it just wasn't enough. Nexus, they're about to be eliminated out of the CCT, even though they've got this many great prospects coming on over. They've had so many amazing plays up until now, and Nico just winding them up. TMB's finding the double as well. This is Preasy all written all over, and they managed to win it all 16-12 as Preasy go flawless into overtime to take Nuke away from Nexus and to find themselves on over to a map win and a best-of-3 takeover to send Nexus home.
Yeah, Nexus, after the RMR, after everything, ex-Preasy doing so, of course. The Preasy Orc was a whole different team than they are right now, but they're keeping themselves into this, and I gotta say, it's fine, right? It's fine, you're able to take it. Ex-Preasy will have a lot to prove themselves going forward here inside of the tournament. If they want to still make it out of playoffs, it is possible, but they just have to fight their way through every step of the way. It's gonna be a very, very tough fight that they're gonna have to take, but I feel like they've proven that they are capable of. They've proven that they can take games long, that they can take longer games ahead, because they're gonna need to do so. They've proven that their team play, that their plays that they bring are gonna be good enough to take it as well, but we'll see how things are gonna look. We'll see how things will be, of course, going forward here for this ex-Preasy side. But for now, we'll be dropping it short right after. We'll be sending it towards the next best of 3 here with Permita 1 win. Harvul Eyeballer, some quick expectation from you?
Honestly, I think 1 win would take it. I think they can definitely take this one. Harvul versus Eyeballers as well is going to be great. Again, predictions coming out of me, Harvul taking it 2-1. It's going to be a long game today as well. Long series overall in general. We saw 2-1s all across the board here today. Incilio managed to go 2-1 here into the Swiss stage as well, beating Mouse NXT, sending them to the 1-2s. And Nexus are no more inside of the CCT here for the first European series. Maybe we'll see them in the second. But until then, guys, I do hope that you have enjoyed today. Me and Jesse will have to bid you farewell and goodbye. If you did enjoy the cast, definitely be sure to check us out over at our respective Twitters. You have the casters command down below in the chat. And with that said, Jesse, any closing statements before we head it off? Don't think so.